What is going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day today. Just want to do a little late night stream tonight, whoever's up, just to see where we're going, obviously, this week against the Washington football team. And Quez Watkins might have the virus now, so I don't know if this affects anything, if this is a big deal. It affects us. I have no idea, but I just wanted to go over some things. Now, it's already enough you don't use Devontae Smith the right way in this offense. It's already enough that you don't really do much with these receivers, okay? And getting Quez out of the game, kind of, opened up a lot for him if if Devontae Smith was double teamed, safety help, whatever it is. Because you really can't depend on Jalen Reagor. You really can't depend on J.J. Arcega-Whiteside right now. John Hightower still on the roster. You have, obviously Greg Ward, which I think should be in there immediately. I feel bad for Greg Ward, just the amount of snaps that he's not getting. And when he gets in there, went in there versus the Jets and dropped that wide open. What was it? The Giants dropped the wide open pass, whatever it was, or the Jets. I forgot. I think it was the Giants game. So some mistakes do happen, obviously, but he's just not in any games whatsoever. So it's really tough for me to say where this team is going this week and how they're going to, I think they're going to run the ball a lot. With Jordan Howard hopefully coming back. I haven't heard anything on Jordan Howard, heard nothing on Brandon Brooks, heard nothing on Davion Taylor yet. It's only Monday, obviously, going into Tuesday. So obviously a lot more should be happening at this time. But we're going to see what happens in the coming days. We'll see what happens in the coming days. Yo, Tyler, what's going on, man? Jim Neutron, what's going on, bro? I don't give up hope this season. Oh, I'm not giving up, bro. I want this team to run the table, man. I really want them to run the table and just get this going. You're coming off a bye week. You're getting guys healthy. You're getting guys back. You know what I mean? So it's not a bad thing. I'm hoping there's more people. I hope there's more players coming back this week. We really need it. We need it badly. The Bite of Life, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good night tonight. Cameron Bryant, what's going on? Greg Ward is the best option. Is he out? If he is out, he should. I think Greg Ward should have the opportunity. I'm tired of this team not giving opportunity to any other players. They keep J.J. Arcega-Whiteside in for run plays, for blocking with 2 receptions for the whole year. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Greg Ward has been cut off this team, four times been cut from this team, okay? And finally getting a shot in 2019 when we had no wide receivers and he became the star of this offense. And then 2020 when Carson got benched, seemed like he was one of the most reliable receivers that Jalen Hurts had. Him and Greg Ward had a really good chemistry, especially in the red zone. Thought they connected very well. I don't trust Reagor getting any more snaps. I don't trust JJ getting more snaps. Already enough JJ used to take snaps away from Quez Watkins as of late and as of right now. So it's frustrating. This whole thing is very, very frustrating. But Jay Sung, what's going on, man? Jamal Marshall, what's up, Joe? Hey, what's going on, bro? Jamal, what's going on, man? Yo, Corny Clarence, what's going on, bro? Okay, so what seed are we in? I don't even know. I think we're 8th, 9th seed right now, I think 9th. I don't know. From what I've seen that day. So obviously Washington's tied up with us, but they have more division wins as of right now. The Vikings are tied up with us, and I think they're behind us. And I forgot who else is behind. The 49ers, I think they won the other day. So, I mean, there's, I think so far that's pretty much all I know right now. Jim says J.J. Whiteside shouldn't be on the field. Definitely not, dude. Definitely not. Corey Clearance, let J.J. ball out for once. I mean, look, if they want to give him more options to throw him the ball, that's fine, but they decided not to do that this year. So I don't get why you're wasting a whole body on the field this year. That doesn't catch any passes. 2 receptions for the year. It's BS. It's bull. I don't know why they do it. It makes no sense to me at all. Makes no sense to me. Cryptologist says, I'm here now to help Minshew. Let the battle begin. We're going to see what happens. I'm glad this game is in Philadelphia. I'm very happy. Tyler V says, Full Goat got cut from Dolphins practice squad. Would be better option than Reagor. I saw that Travis Fulgham got cut right at the same time. I don't know if it was the same time because those tweets were coming out the same time when they talked about Quez Watkins and the virus. I don't know if they would pick him up. They cut him off this team, and I don't know if they think he could do anything. Hightower, he's been sitting on the practice squad. I don't know what he's doing. So, Jay Chung said, when you say JJ, I want to get my umbrella. Cryptogus says, doesn't Hurts have a high ankle sprain? As for right now, he seems to be fine. I don't know. I mean, he seemed like he was ready to go versus the Jets, and 24 hours earlier, if you guys actually watched the game, if you guys actually watched it, the commentators actually talked about, well, we talked to Jalen Hurts 24 hours ago, and it seemed like he was ready to go, and then all of a sudden he got benched. Just weird. Just really weird to me. So half of me saying he really is hurt, or half of me is saying, and the other half of me is saying that the Eagles just want to try Gardner Minshew for the game before the bye, and knowing that the Jets are a terrible football team, to see what Gardner Minshew could do. Aaron the Tucker said it hurts to see Corey Clement running the Cowboys the other night. Yeah, it's tough, man. But unfortunately, he hasn't been healthy since the Super Bowl. He went to the Giants last year. If you guys remember, he was with the Giants last year. I don't think he made the team. And then he, obviously, he's definitely going to be with the Cowboys now. I mean, they need more running back help. I think Tony Pollard's still out. I don't know. Zeke. It looks like Zeke, they've been trying to rest him. I mean, they really want to try to rest him, but they had no choice but to play him a little bit because Tony Pollard was out. So we'll see. Cortagos, what's going on, man? Philly Fan D, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day. Monty says Hightower. I don't know, man. Like the players that we used to have, like I know we start a lot of these guys because of injury. Hightower, I think they used him the wrong way. Obviously, they just had him on go routes and comebacks, which I think they should have done a lot more with him, more mid-tier throws. Like I really like his Boise State tape a lot when I watched him. I don't know. I have a feeling they're not even going to – Hightower might be done in Philly because I don't think he's ever going to get a chance. There's too much competition in front of him. From what they're doing and how they're starting some of these players, I don't know. But Cameron Bryant says JJ is a blocker at best. Cortado says, wouldn't any QB be proud of having passing like 39 touchdowns, 11 picks? Every especially on the team like the Jags, Minshew produced that in 23 games. And yeah, I mean, even with a worse team like the Jags, where Mercedes Lewis was probably one of his top targets, the tight end at the time for the Jaguars, and obviously the offensive line was really bad over there too. But man, you give Minshew protection, the guy could sling the ball. Jason Asperging, do you think Green Sennett will play at the end of the year? No, probably not. Maybe, I don't know. As of right now, probably not because the Eagles need to get wins right now, so definitely not. Corey Clarence says, did Howie get an extension? This is last season, right? Yes, this is the last year on Howie Roseman's contract, and we haven't heard one thing about a contract extension, which is a good thing, but at the same time, he was out there scouting himself. That never scouts players that personally, and the Sam Howell and Kenny Pickett, he was at that game in binoculars, full-blown in binoculars, so he was there. He was there. So I don't know. That kind of tells me he's staying. I don't know. It looked like it was set up in a way to where it was to tell everybody that Howie Roseman was staying with the Eagles. I don't know. So JC, give him a quarter to play. Recently, by the way, he's our third string quarterback. No, there's no point. I mean, Gardner Minshew is better than him. There's no point to even start him. Makes no sense. Grand Zero 12, what's going on? Joey Shakes just finished BG31's channel watching Monday Night Football. Was hoping you go on later after the game today. I didn't know I was even going on tonight, to be honest. I was either going to do a stream tonight or do a stream tomorrow, but I totally forgot the game was on today, so I probably shouldn't have streamed, but I didn't know what was going on. So, yo, Christian, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Grand Zero says Monday Night Football Rams 30 cars 24th 119. I saw that pick. I forgot Leonard Floyd had that pick that really messed everything up. He's got Murray's got 9 picks, 10 picks for the year, whatever it is. Jay Young 10 snaps will get Carson Wentz our pick, right? Yeah, so 10 snaps we should have the first round pick from the Colts. So Colts face the Patriots. They were on a bye this week, so Colts Patriots, big game for Carson Wentz, good big game for the AFC leaders. And the Patriots, which is kind of crazy how that team turned around. It's nuts. New quarterback, pretty much new team, and they're back number 1. Shows you what the coaching does, man. Shows you what that coaching does over there. Andy Hansen, if we get to the playoffs, our best chance to wildcard matchup versus Arizona in the desert, it's going to be a tough game. I hope it's not the Rams. I hope it's not Arizona. I mean, it's going to be tough. If it's Green Bay, we're going to lose. I mean, as long as they get into a game, I don't care. But at the same time, they control their own destiny right now. So I don't know how this is going to go. You know what I mean? I have no idea how this is going to go. Brad Wright says, I'm hoping Rager has a good game the week. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, look, the Eagles have given Jalen Reagor a ton of chances this year. And you can't even say they haven't given him chances because Reagor has had a lot of playing time this year and he hasn't done anything. So I'm not giving up on him. Like, I hope maybe he does turn around, but as of right now, like it's ugly with him right now. I mean, he was throwing 2 good passes in that Giants game and dropped both of them, and he's just not that number one guy. I mean, we all know that he's not the number one receiver, definitely not. That's why we drafted Devontae Smith. But I thought from coming off of the preseason where he did really well and he got yelled at by Nick Sirianni during training camp, and he kind of turned around a little bit. Fire was under him a little bit, and he was catching everything in these scrimmages, and he was doing so well. And then he gets to the season. He has 1 touchdown for the Falcons game, and then he just got progressively worse throughout the year. Now, do I think Reagor would have had more yards earlier in the season? Oh, definitely. There was passes where Jalen Hurts' mechanics were so bad he couldn't even throw to Jalen Reagor when he was wide open. There was times where Jalen Reagor actually had separation. The first the Cowboys game we played, he went out of bounds in that 49ers game for a touchdown. There's probably a lot more that I just forgot, you know what I mean? Because it's been it's been a while. But I think Reagor would have played a little bit better with Jalen Hurts' mechanics, and now Jalen Hurts' mechanics are a little bit, hopefully they get better after this Giants game, and hopefully he could do something. But I don't know. I don't see explosiveness off the line. I see laziness in his route running. I don't see separation. And I know everybody compares him to Nelson Aguilar. But the one thing I can say about Nelson Aguilar is that he's had obviously more years in the league, better seasons, and obviously he's gotten a lot of separation, but he couldn't catch the ball. I mean, Nelson Aguilar can get separation, but that's been pretty much the only problem. So obviously we desperately need a big body receiver because J-Jaw only blocks Treylon Burks from AR 6'3", 225 and fast could get him our elite first round, second round. They could do that. I don't know where we are with our second round pick, if it's an early second or whatnot. So I got to find that out about the second round pick. Andy said, I don't like our chances on the road at Lambeau or Tampa. Best chances is Arizona. Maybe that, because I don't think they're even going to win a playoff game. I don't think they're going to win the wild card game. I mean, that's just me. I mean, unless they really show up, I don't know. At this point, like, Jalen Hurts has to win a division game. I mean, he really does. Corey Clarence says, what positions do you think we should target in the first round? Pass rusher? I mean, pass rusher immediately. They should go after pass rusher, safety. I mean, depending if Steven Nelson stays here or he walks because he's on a 1-year deal. Darius Slay only has 1 more year here next year. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with that. They draft a corner if he does walk. If Steven Nelson does walk, they draft another cornerback. They have Tay Gowan from the Zach Ertz trade. They have Zach McPherson, 4th-round pick out of Texas Tech. So, I mean, they have some guys back there that can compete, but nothing promising as of right now. So, pass rusher is my number one just because I think at cornerback we look pretty good. We've had a really good year at cornerback this year. It's not our fault that cornerbacks are back 10 to 15 yards. It's not our fault that we have no pass rush. You know what I mean? So, not having Brandon Graham, not only a voice that gives everybody excitement in that defensive line group, but Derek Barnett has done nothing. Josh Sweat has, 5 sacks for the year, 4.5, whatever it is, not much there with Josh Sweat not really being disruptive. Fletcher Cox has been like a no-show all year. And I'm hard on, and I'm really, I get crazy about Fletcher Cox because he's, he's getting highest paid on this team. I mean, he's the highest paid player. You know what I mean? So he's not doing much of anything. Hargrave's getting double teamed. Fletcher Cox, has single blocks and just can't get it done because there's no, you have a good defensive end next to him. It helps him out a lot. It helps Fletch out a lot when you have a Brandon Graham next to him, which he does not have anymore. So it's affecting. Kerrigan's not doing anything. I mean, there's just our pass rush, Teron Jackson, Milton Williams, our rookies. They're not doing anything as of right now. It's tough. Defensive line is just Eagles have always had a swarming defensive line, and I watched the Cowboys, the other night, a few days ago, whatever, against Washington, and man, I miss having a pass rush like that. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Christian Brown says testing for Reagor on Sunday. We'll see what he could do. I don't know what they're doing at the wide receiver position. If Quez Watkins is officially ruled out, which most likely he might be. I mean, it's 5 days. They give him another test to see if he's still positive, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Jay Shung said, "What team can beat beat that's like pro type? That's like pro type. That's like a contender. I don't know. I really don't. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Be honest." By Life, the Raider can't even catch a replay of Nelson Aguilar dropping the ball. Too many chances. I think he's had too many chances. I think the Eagles have given him more than enough opportunities on the field, and that's just me though. Jason said, "Who you got in the Super Bowl, Joey? Too early to open." I don't know, man. I'm hoping to see Tampa Bay and the Patriots. That would be something. That would be something special. That'd be something really cool. Really, I would love to see that matchup a lot. You know what I mean? I would like to see the Bills in there too, but unfortunately, I don't know if they're gonna make it. I mean, they haven't been playing up to par lately. They have some injuries. Tre'Davious White's hurt, I think, for the whole year. I'm not sure, but they lose their number one corner, so it's tough. It's tough. Brad Rice says that Mia pick got me effed up. What if was a third? Now it's the 500 pick, the draft damn near. What, the Miami pick? Oh, the Miami pick. Yeah, the Miami pick is pretty bad right now. I mean, we have no top 10 pick anymore. We have no top 10 pick. Between Miami winning against they lost against the Jaguars, which we didn't think was going to happen. They gave the Jaguars their first win of the season. We're like, okay, great. That's going to even work out better than expected. And then they won against Baltimore. They won against the Jets. And who else they win against? They won against the Giants. And of course, Daniel Jones wasn't playing. So obviously no teams can even help us out with that. So you have I don't know what the picks are. I think it's like 12, 16. I forgot what it is. 12, 13, and 12, 14, and 16. I forgot what it is. But there's no top 10 picks. That Colts pick is going to be the latest pick. They're obviously the best team out of all our picks. They're better than us, and obviously they're better than Miami. So that pick will be a very late, a later pick, a top 20 pick most likely. So, I mean, at this point, like, if they need to move up in the draft, they could do it. I mean, it's not impossible to do it. I mean, Eagles have they have 12 draft picks in this draft. They have a lot of draft picks. You have like a few 6-rounders, two or three fifths. I mean, they're deep with picks this year. And you're going to be under the cap too, which is going to be even better. You're under the cap as well. So. And he has next 3 games are must wins. We have the tiebreaker over the other teams in the hunt. The Dallas game might not matter if we win these next 3. No, it might not, but that's the thing though. We have to win like these 3 games. Like you have to win the Washington, the Giant, and then these next 2 games you have at home, which is great. So you're at your home for the next 2 games against Washington and the Giants, and then you settle for another Washington game in Washington. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how Jalen Hurts is going to play. These 4 games are crucial for Jalen Hurts this year, not only because of just how he played against the Giants, but how he played against the Giants. I don't know what happened between the past couple of weeks before the Giants game. We were playing well, and then all of a sudden it's just a 360. Like Hurts looks like Hurts from earlier this year. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's going to happen. I have a feeling if he plays like garbage the next 4 games, if he's just struggling constantly, I don't know. I got a feeling that they might make a change just to get some wins, or if there is a wild card spot they need to fight for or need to go after, they might put Minshew in. It might happen. I'm not saying the Eagles will bench him or anything like that, but it could happen. It could happen. You never know. You know what I mean? Could happen. Flip Fan D says, would love Dallas to get second seed if we get the wild card. Knocking them out would be beautiful. Oh yeah, I would love a piece of the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I would love if they get the second seed and we're getting the wild card, or we're able to have a big matchup right there. I would love it. I would really love it. I don't think they're going to have the number 1 seed though. I don't think so. I mean, really, they have the Giants. They have us. They have Arizona. I think Arizona is pretty much the only team that's really unbeatable. You know what I mean? That they might have trouble with, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting though. I would love to have a wild card game with the Cowboys. Would be great. Kurtaga says Joey Gatesy Sports said he worked in QB arm strength and that Rodgers and Brady improved ball velocity from 50 miles an hour to 55 and 60 miles an hour. Why can't Minshew? What else is he missing? I mean, really, just I don't know. I don't know anything about like how powerful the arm is. I mean, I think if you don't have a powerful arm, you got to be dead accurate. And I think, Minshew could fit the ball in anywhere. He's got a lot of starring experience. He's got leadership quality. He gravitates players towards him. I mean, he's been a starting quarterback in this league, guys, and he's had short success in this league with a really bad team. You know what I mean? So him, just improving, he can improve. I was happy for him with that win. A lot of Eagles fans didn't want to be happy for it. But to think about it, if obviously they lost that Jets game and we're here watching the Cowboys in Washington and Washington loses that game, they'd still be in the lead. They'd still have a one-game lead in front of us. The Washington and the Vikings would have a game lead in front of us right now. So you'd have two teams in front of you right now for the wild card spot. So it's tough. You know what I mean? Like people just got to be happy about the win, and that's it. At the end of the day, I don't care who's the quarterback. I really don't. I mean, I want Jalen Hurts to be the quarterback. I want Jalen Hurts to be the guy. That's the plan. That's what I want. But obviously, the next 4 games are going to be crucial. Can he win a division game? Because if he doesn't win a division game at all, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. Jay Chung says, is it possible we can go 10-8 because we're not beating the Cowboys at a playoff spot? Or no, if we win out and lose to the Cowboys? It depends what the other teams do as well. I think if you win out, you're in. If you win the next 3 but can't beat Dallas, if they take players out to keep players in, then I don't know. It depends what I don't know. I think it still depends on what the other teams are doing, like the 49ers, the Vikings, Washington. It depends. It just depends. I mean, I think if you beat Washington twice, you knock them out. I think you knock them out. So they need to take care of business on Sunday. Big D says tight ends need to be utilized. I believe that. I think they were utilized. I thought Dallas Goddard was utilized very good on 2 touchdowns versus the Jets. I wish he was utilized a lot more, even with Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts barely throws to Dallas Goddard anymore, barely throws Devontae Smith anymore, Quez Watkins. It's mostly the run game because we know that, we're running the ball a lot because we can't rely on Jalen Hurts' skill set with the ball in his hands. He's good at running with the football, but when it comes to arm strength, it's not there. When it comes to, eyeing one receiver the whole time and the safety already knows who you're throwing to, this is why he's getting turnovers. You know what I mean? So it's tough. It's really tough. Big D says, well, look at the crap in the playoffs, no question, but screw it. False hope. That's been a calling card. Jim Neutron says defense has to be priority in next year's draft. Yeah, definitely. There's already been rumors about the Eagles trading 2 of their first-round picks back and not even picking anybody in the first, only picking one player in the first round. I mean, there's rumors that the Eagles will trade those first 2 picks and trade them back to get more first-rounders to get a quarterback in 2023, which could be a possibility. They could trade those 2 picks. It could happen. I mean, it really could happen. So I wouldn't, leave that out either, which is I'm not a big fan of. So you trade 2 first-round picks and get multiple first-rounders for, 2023, and then at the same time, like you're missing out on players you could draft right now and get in the building that can start for you. So there's a good thing about it and a bad thing, and who knows what quarterback they're going to be picking in 2023, whether it's Bryce Young, whoever it's going to be at that point. I don't know, but Big D says, did anyone know Ryan Kerrigan was on the team? Been a total no-show. J17, the Monday Night Football game is going crazy. Oh, is it nuts? Jared Paul says, which pick should the Eagles take a QB, and who's assuming they take one? Would pick the Eagles take QB? If it's up to me who they want to pick, it might be Pickett. It might be Kenny Pickett at 12 or 13, whatever it is. I think Kenny Pickett's the most realistic quarterback that they would probably pick at where they are in the draft with that first pick. Probably. Big D said, I would love to scoop up Fangio to replace Dan's Wagass, but I doubt that'll happen. I don't know if any veteran defensive coordinators are going to come here. I don't know. I don't know if Nick Sirianni is going to have a say in who's defensive coordinator next year. I have no idea. He brought in Jonathan Gannon. That's all on Nick Sirianni. Jonathan Gannon is a one-and-done coach. I'm sorry, but he's got to go. I haven't been a fan. I don't even care. I mean, there's no flashes. There's no nothing. He doesn't know how to put players in the right position to win football games. He doesn't use players to their strengths. He just doesn't do enough for us, unfortunately. Richie MC, Dallas Goddard got paid. He needs to step up in more than just one game. Eagles got rid of Ertz to make him the main tight end. It's not all on Dallas Goddard, though. It's not on Dallas Goddard. Really, it's not, because when you utilize a more passing offense with a passing quarterback in Gardner Minshew, like, it worked out. I don't think it's 100% on Goddard at all. Like, what Goddard needs to be is not getting open. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't think that's the truth. I think he gets open. A lot of players have been open all year, but Hurts is not throwing to these guys. So I don't know. We got to stop blaming everybody else. Like, I don't know what's the thing with Hurts, with the excuses for Jalen Hurts. I mean, he throws 2 passes to Rager for winning the game, which should count as for winning this Giants game. He missed, and obviously he drops both those passes, but everyone forgets how bad Jalen Hurts played the whole entire game. I mean, yeah, he threw the passes, I guess, where it mattered, but at the same time, he played like crap all game. You know what I mean? Courtney Clarence says, how do you feel about Davion Taylor and TJ Edwards going forward? I like both of these guys. Davion Taylor's just got to stay more healthy. Edwards is good. Like, Edwards, his coverage is getting better. His tackling is better. His blitzing is fantastic. I mean, Edwards, we extended him for another year, which is great. I like the combination. I think that's why they kept 7 linebackers, to find a really good combination in some of these guys. I do like both of these guys together. Now, Davion Taylor, I don't know if he's coming back, but TJ Edwards, been loving his game, really. And Davion Taylor was never really given a chance as a 3rd-round pick in 2019. Was never really given that chance because Jim Schwartz didn't know how to use linebackers, didn't know how to use, cornerbacks, and the defensive line was good, but we had pressure at certain times, but we didn't have good coverage. So this year's the total opposite, because Gannon used to be a corner coach for the Colts. Seems like the cornerback position, the linebacker position is playing really good this year. I don't think we still have that thumper at linebacker. I still think we need another piece. You know what I mean? Even if Davion Taylor is the odd man out and you draft somebody that's, a thumper at linebacker and is all over the field like crazy. Now, the Eagles have cap space. I don't know if they want to put money into a guy like that, if they don't want to draft one. If that's the case, go after a linebacker in free agency. Not my favorite thing to do, but this team needs to draft better. But at the same time, I don't like spending a lot of money in free agency either. I'm not a fan of giving big contracts that aren't going to work out. I mean, that's, and I feel like every time I give a big contract out, they get this money and it doesn't work out at the end of the day. So just really depends on who it is. But DC Goddard was said to have looked like Gronk when Minshew was throwing to him. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't say just like Gronk, but I mean, Goddard can outrun the whole defense. I mean, could do it, and he gets the ball in his hands in open space, and he can get extra yards because of his physicality and his size, like a bruiser tight end. He can run through people and get extra yards, and like those 2 touchdowns were perfect. I mean, just perfect, and utilizing that. And this is Gardner Minshew's never thrown to him whatsoever, which is kind of crazy. I even said that as press conference. I never threw a ball to him ever, and that was like the first time, and it's crazy. And it just seemed like it was very natural. Tyler V says any team could lose any given Sunday. Oh, definitely. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter what the stats say. Best run defense, best run offense. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, if they don't play up to par, are these teams ready to play? I mean, anybody can lose at any given moment, any Sunday. That's definite. Big D said Bucks Pats Super Bowl is going to happen. I hope it does. I would love that matchup. Grant, there's a Rams 30, Cards 23 final. Our Rams win against the Cardinals. Tyler V says, feel bad for the parlay better right now. Reggie says, Goddard will be big in my eyes when he shows that he can make the 50-50 catches. We'll see. I don't think he's been given enough. I don't think he's been given enough opportunity either. I don't think these receivers in general or tight ends have been given enough opportunity. So it's not just him. It's everybody that's not getting enough. You know what I mean? Like, Devontae Smith has caught a lot of contested catches in his career when he was in Alabama, but, it hasn't really done it one time. He was thrown another pass by Minshew, right side, pretty much almost the same pass that Jalen Hurts threw that game and couldn't get it down. So, I mean, it is what it is. Big D said if Miami figured out they couldn't tank. Sub to the exit Cardinals O-line just sold the game. Trey Nasio says, what was the last time you saw an onside kick down the middle? Arizona just did it successfully. Oh, really? That's crazy. Really? That's nuts. Rich says Eagles are wasting a rock star year of Jake Elliott. Yeah, Jake Elliott's been playing really well. I'm actually shocked. I thought he'd be playing like crap this year. But man, he's only missed, I think, 1 kick. Is it a field goal or an extra point? I think he's missed 1 field goal this year. That's it. Pro Bowl year for him. He should be in the Pro Bowl this year. I mean, he's been fantastic. Looks like that 5-year, $19 million contract is paying off because that was a big contract when he got it, and he was completely horrible that year when he got it. What was it, 2019 he got that contract, whatever it was, and he was horrible. And he looks like he picked it up. Looks like he picked it up this year. Grand Zero 12 says draft position according to Tankathon to NFL draft. Eagles pick positions today. Number 11, number 10, number 21. Oh, that pick is over 20 already. Jesus, that pick is over 20. So we have Miami's at 10. They need to lose. Like, damn. Let me check this Miami Dolphins schedule real quick. I want to see this. Check the schedule for Miami. They have the Jets. Oh, God. They got the Jets, Titans, Jets. What the hell is the rest of the schedule? Jets, Titans, Saints, Patriots. They'll probably beat the Jets, most likely. Jets are dog crap. Hopefully beat by the Titans. I don't know. The Saints are up and down one for me. That's a Monday night game. Patriots should be... I'm hoping they lose 3 out of the 4 games. Oh, if they lose 3 out of 4, that pick should go, and that pick should go earlier than 10. If that's the case, that's what I'm hoping. Big D said, I don't trust Jalen at all. He just ain't it to me. There's a lot of people that don't think it. I'm hoping that he is. Did he show that he was it for me during that Giants game? Definitely not. I mean, those 2 good throws to Jalen Reagor at the end were great, but I can't really look at that as the focal point of his play and say that he didn't play like crap the rest of the game, because he did. Jace Young's the Grand Intro. I don't know who you put stinging Giants there. You're making the playoffs. I'm kidding. Do what you want. I bet you see Dallas would wallop us in the postseason. Tavi says Tampa gonna repeat. Let's be real. Anyway, Black Lives said Eagles fans are way too emotional. We're gonna get rid of Hurts to make all do crybabies happy when they're gonna take another team to the playoffs, and we all gonna get mad at Howie for trading him. I don't know if they're gonna get rid of Hurts. If he loses the next 4 games, without benching him, if they don't bench Hurts and he loses the next 4 games, I don't know. It's going to be tough. If he puts no fight the next 4 games and looks like crap and just can't get these passes in, I don't know. I might have another feeling about Jalen Hurts because I'm going to do my whole Eagles in review after this season, and obviously we're going to get into the draft, free agency, all that stuff in the offseason. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. Big D says I want Minshew to be the guy, but I don't see that happening at all. No, probably not. He's got some interest right now, apparently. Apparently, the Panthers tried to trade for him during the season before the trade deadline, obviously. But I don't know. We'll see, though. We'll see. Jay Young said, we all know the Cowboys are losing to the Cardinals. Besides the Cardinals, what game do you think they lose besides the Cardinals? I think they lose to the Eagles. I don't know. I don't trust, because this team doesn't stick with a formula, and that's the problem with me. Like, if they stick to the same formula they stuck to before the Giants game, they'll win. They'll play better than they played last time, definitely. Will they win? I don't know. It really depends on Jalen Hurts at the end of the day, for me at least. Tyler V says, I think we split with the Cowboys. We'll split with DC. Could happen. Yo, Loyal, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Richie says, playing on the Jags, there's no pressure. Fans do not go to the stadium. Little to no sports radio TV games get blacked out, probably. Nasty Love Hook, what's going on, man? He says, hi, Joey, how you doing? You know what? I remember this Russian sniper sold this quote. They got me surrounded, poor bastards. I think we can win it all, man. Balls to the wall, no quit. That's a good quote, and I hope they do that. Yo, just call me Flair. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Cool. So this is where Hurts shows us if he's the future or not. Flair's honestly the guy from Alabama, nice. A lot of guys are saying that he's nice. Greg just says, Joey Shakes, I love trading down and getting more draft capital. And some fans like that. I don't mind doing it. With one of those picks, you have to do it. But there's rumors that they might actually trade back 2 picks. That's a lot. I mean, you trade back 2 picks, so what are you doing in free agency? I mean, are you having more of a free agency this year? Or are you like doing less for the draft this year? I don't know. Unless we hit on a big gem during the 5th and 6th rounds of this draft, I'm not sure. MA Black Live says Gardner Minshew got Super Bowl written all over him. It's going to be interesting. I don't know. For the future, I don't know. If they don't trade for a quarterback or move up for a quarterback next year, they put Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts in a competition, or they make Hurts the starting quarterback, or they make Minshew the starting quarterback. I mean, there's only a few choices you have. I don't know what's going to happen. These next 4 games, I'm going to be looking at Jalen Hurts very closely. Really am. But he said Jalen's skill set is perhaps the most limited I've ever seen. It's limited. Yes, I believe it is limited. If Hurts can't get out of this mentality that he can't be the hero and he can't be throwing the ball downfield when you don't go through your checkdowns and you always trying to make a big play happen and you don't go through your reads, you can't read the field, you're eyeing one receiver, which, safeties are looking at the quarterback's head and looking at the eyes of the quarterback and they're seeing that, it's going to be an easy pick. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's going to do that. I don't know. Tyler says, I want Burks from Arkansas would complement Smitty perfectly. Big D said Pickett is only one worth your time. Jace Young said, I know you don't care about saying I think you do want him out there. There's rumors say that Ben Simmons might go to the Lakers. I don't want that because I'm a Lakers fan. Oh, you're a Lakers fan. I don't care. I just want him gone. I don't even care at this point. Corny Clarence says, I think we are a bad place at the QB spot with a weak draft, and I'm in over paying for Russell. So you're the problem with paying Russell Wilson. I mean, the only issue I have with it is because he's old. You have less time to build a team with him, and you trade for Russell Wilson. You have to try to compete. That's the reason why I trained for Deshaun Watson's a little bit better because he's 24, 25 years old. You have a lot more time to build around him, and you have more time. It's just really time. Because you get Russell Wilson that's already 12, 13 years in the league, already 30, I don't know how old he is, but he's up there in age right now. And I really don't know if, it's a lot of players can't play till they're 40 years old. You know what I mean? So I think you have more time with Deshaun Watson, but if you trade for Russell Wilson, not to mention like draft picks are going to get crazy. You're going to be giving them a lot of draft picks for him. And not even just that, but they have a lot of dead cap space. They trade Russell Wilson. They have like 23 to 28 million in dead cap space because of that trade as well. So if they're getting hit with a big dead cap hit, if Seahawks are getting hit with a big dead cap hit, they literally have to get as much from the Eagles as possible. If they're going to, have to eat up a lot of money, they're going to want more in return. And I think, giving them multiple first round picks probably is going to be the price to pay for them. So, Tito says, I have faith that the kid Hurts. Andrew M says, Cowboys, baby. What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Cowboys on a roll right now. That defense played good, man. Their defense is really good. Not even just that. I mean, Dak Prescott has made some stupid. I mean, he didn't play great during that Washington game. He threw some stupid passes, which I don't get it. Like you have a big lead, and I mean, you only scored 6 points. What was it? 7 points in the second half, and you literally threw some bad passes. You pretty much brought Washington back to that game. I'm telling you right now, they do that in a playoff game, they're going to lose. But they're on a roll. Defensively, they're fantastic. Reese says Kyle Murray missed big pass tonight, but at the same time made nice throws. D Hopkins big time drop tonight while the Cardinals were in the red zone, and that stinks. Kataga says Joey Hurts never fed Ertz. That's why he is gone, because Hurts can't pass. With Minshew, we still have Ertz, I bet. No, I don't think so, because Ertz wanted another contract, and the Eagles weren't giving him a big contract. You're not giving Ertz a big contract and then giving Dallas Goddard a big contract. Dallas Goddard was on a contract year playing as a backup tight end behind Ertz until obviously the trade deadline happened, and we were able to ship him out of here. That's not the reason why. It's not the reason because he couldn't play with him. I mean, Ertz is just playing better with another quarterback, and I think it has to do with the scheme. I think it has to do with it has to do with scheme, it has to do with the quarterback play, and a lot of it. But you weren't paying 2 tight ends after this year. It's not going to happen. I don't care what you say. Reese Dallas got a big drop versus the Giants on the last drive. Yeah, that he did have one, but yeah, he did have a big drop. Tyler V said Hurts needs the time to develop. He can't be Mahomes overnight. No, and that's another thing. But how long are you going to give this? That's what I'm saying. If he plays the way he played against the Giants the next 4 games, if he does, I swear to God, if he plays the same exact way he played against the Giants the next 4 games, I don't know. There's going to be teams are going to pressure. How do you beat Jalen Hurts? You pressure him. Really, that's it. You got to pressure Jalen Hurts. You got to make Jalen Hurts throw. You got to make Jalen Hurts throw the ball. If what you got to do is you got to stop the Eagles' run, you got to make Jalen Hurts throw, and that's it. And I think you beat the Eagles that way. I think that's how the Eagles get. I think how the Eagles get beat, because I'm telling you right now, every other team is going to do it. Washington is going to blitz the hell out of the Eagles this Sunday. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Tanner the Great, what's going on, man? It's a Goddard, Smith, Watkins, feed them. That's simple, along with the run game. Smith, let's see. Goddard, Smith, Watkins, feed them. That's simple. Well, we don't have, Watkins is not playing this week, most likely, so they're going to have to feed somebody else. That's all. That's only if they, with Hurts, I think we're going to run the ball. If they get Jordan Howard back, we're not passing the ball that much. And you know what? I don't know, like, if you could win the Super Bowl with a quarterback that does this. Like, if he doesn't barely pass the ball and he runs it a lot, which I don't mind it. You know what I mean? But there's going to be games where you can't run the football. There's going to be games where the run game is not going to work, and then we'll have to rely on Jalen Hurts' arm. And I don't think we can rely on his arm that much. As of right now, no. Can he get better? Sure. Down the road? Sure. But as of right now, I don't trust his arm. I don't trust his decision-making, especially after that Giants game. It's game to game. This isn't year to year. This isn't – I don't care what it is. I'm going game to game how these quarterbacks play. Did Jalen Hurts get better? And so far, he hasn't gotten better. He pretty much went backwards. Pretty much went fully backwards. So Big D says limited skill set was going to be his undoing sooner or later. Yeah. Enemy Black Lives said, before the Giants game, all you said Hurts was targeting Devonta and Goddard too much. Now he's not targeting them at all. Y'all make no sense. All I'm saying is this, okay? Devonta Smith is still not used the right way, okay? I have no problem. If we're winning games, I don't care what happens. Do I think this offense could be a lot better? Yes, but it depends on the quarterback, okay? It changes from game to game what I thought they should have done, depending on the matchup. Every team is different. Every team that we play has different players, and we have to scheme differently every week to where we run more or we pass more or we balance it out just perfect enough. There are some times where they give the ball to Devonta Smith a little bit more, but doesn't mean they've given him enough of that ball in that game. I don't know. There's sometimes they give him enough, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's enough, but it's not enough. Sometimes I feel like they're not giving enough to Dallas Goddard. I don't know. Every game it's different. It's really on matchups at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, and honestly, before the Giants game, yeah, I want this offense to be more balanced. I want this offense to. You're not winning the Super Bowl just having a run game. You're not winning. You're not getting to the playoffs. You're not winning a Super Bowl just by running the football. You're not doing it. The Eagles did it in 2017, but they had a great passer in Nick Foles and Carson Wentz. We passed the ball a lot. Okay, like, you're not going to hold the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands, let him run for it by himself every single play for first downs. It's nice to see, but you're not winning football like that. You're not winning games like that. It's not going to happen. Edward O'Brien says, Davion Taylor back this week. No idea. We'll find out by Tuesday, Wednesday, probably tomorrow, the next day. Big D said Mac Jones looks like a good amount like Brady already. It's crazy. Very accurate. Andrew says, Tyler, you mean he can't beat Dak overnight? Dak didn't play good in that Washington game, bro. That defense is good, bro. I'm telling you right now, like, Dak is not playing good. He's not playing good. He makes stupid mistakes. He made stupid mistakes in that game, tripping over a lineman and almost fumbling the football. Then he throws that, like, he was doing what, that, I don't know what play that was. He threw the comb, that linebacker, whatever, for that pick six. He made some stupid mistakes when he had a big lead. The defense is saving his ass at the end of the day. That's it. Dak Prescott does that in a playoff game. They're done. Like, it's done. Not gonna happen. Dabkin, very skilled passer, very quickly. Dynasty 215 Swartz just never use rookies. No, never use young guys. Never use young players. I agree with that. I agree. That's lovely because Dak honestly isn't real good. I would rather have Garoppolo. Yo, Cameron Coakley, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Biddy said Dallas fans have reached out, maybe telling he's looked like crap lately. A lot of them, I have a lot of content creators said he's looked like crap, and I believe it. Defense is playing fantastic. I'm not being biased. Like, I'm saying something good about the Cowboys. Like, their defense is like top notch, like really good. They have a pass rush. They got two capable cornerbacks. Like, they're good. They have probably the best linebacker core. Micah Parsons is a monster. I can't really say anything good about them than that. It's really good. I don't think he's elite. I think he's solid, but I don't think he's elite. No. Elite, no. Solid, a little above average, definitely, but elite, no. But he said, though, he's been throwing 40 times a game. Tyler says Dak gets all his numbers in garbage time. That's what everybody was saying about Jalen Hurts earlier this year. Oh, his numbers are good. Yeah, his numbers are good because we're losing games and teams are playing prevent, which everything underneath is opening up. So when he completes all these multiple passes at the end of games, everyone thinks it's like a big deal when it's not. Granted, 12th, any given Sunday does not apply to the Dolphins. They were more of any given Thursday. Someone not said I like Jack Stahl. I like him too. I love him a lot. I mean, I like him at guard. He's played. I mean, he's surprised me. Me and Philly 500 actually talked about this. Like, I was like, oh, what do you think about Jack Stahl? I was like, I don't think he's the right guard for us. I don't know if he's going to be that guy. I'm like, dude, to me, I think he looks great. I think he looks like a starting guard. I mean, he was supposed to be a right tackle for us, and he switched to guard and still plays really good. So he can play right guard and right tackle. Either or. But he says Dallas fans have been very critical of him lately. Cadalga says info. Hurts has an incompetent passing game. Wilson, Dak, Minshew were far better passers first year, pass touchdowns, interception year. Wilson. All right, here, look. I know you're giving me the numbers to all that, but at the same time, like Dak's rookie year, Dak had a good team around him. Dak had a good coaching staff around him. His first year in the league. That's the difference. Okay. It wasn't a rookie head coach and technically a rookie quarterback this year. Okay. That's the big difference I'm saying. Like Dak had a superior offensive line. He had a running back that was with him, that was balling out. He had receivers. I mean, he had everything. Their defense wasn't that good that year, but offensively they were scoring points. They were playing really well. They had good coaches around them. Like that's the difference. Like you can't even compare it. You can't compare it. Like Hurts came into a situation where he came into that Packers game. Carson got benched. He played pretty much one or two good games. One good game against the Saints. Probably his best game was the Arizona Cardinals, and then kind of fell apart after that. And then obviously starting this year, a rookie head coach comes in that's never been a head coach, and you know what I mean. It's been very up and down. Nothing was set in stone with him coming here. You know what I mean? I think Dak is solid, is a solid quarterback, and with really good coaches around him over the past few years, since 2015, whatever. Edward O'Brien says Dak is the most coddled quarterback in NFL history. Richie says Trevor Lawrence 4 interceptions yesterday. Zach Wilson ranked 31st, multiple QB range. Jared Goff only one win after being the first pick in the draft. Taysom Hill horrible performance versus the Jets. It depends it just depends on the surroundings too. Like I said, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Goff is a good quarterback. I never thought he was good. Didn't think he was good with the Rams. Didn't think he was good with going to the Lions. I thought the Rams won that trade getting Matt Stafford because I know Stafford is just a better quarterback. I know with the new surroundings around him, he could play a lot better. Not to left hook says Dak is top 15. Matt Stafford's honestly Dak's area, him and Kirk Cousins. Hey, Kirk Cousins is good too. If Kirk Cousins, another free agent quarterback after this year, see what the Vikings do with Kirk Cousins after this year. That's going to be interesting. I think Kirk Cousins is really good. I think there's moments with Kirk Cousins where when it comes to like when the game is all on him and when it comes to like primetime games, he plays really bad. But I think overall, getting the ball to his weapons, I think he's very good. I've never had a problem with Kirk Cousins. Maybe back in the day when he was with Washington and, he just wasn't, there was a lot of issues more than him when he was in Washington. But Big D says, I had Dallas fans tell me that Dak forced to throw 40 times doesn't excuse his bad play. Gandalf the White says, if they actually trade 2 out of 3 first-round picks and Jalen doesn't work out, rumors are saying that they're going to go after Bama QB Bryce Young in 23 draft. What do you think about that? That could be. It could be. They could trade 2 of those first-round picks. They could trade 2 of those first-round picks this year, get multiple picks for 23. But the issue with that is, depending on those picks, whose picks they are, and on top of everything else, it really depends on how we play too, because our pick is going to count as well. Are we supposed to be a good team next year? Are we supposed to be an okay team that's going to find their stride, that found their stride, but's going to win and lose games, but have an okay year? Or is this going to be a complete misery next year where we can't even win 4 or 5 games next year? J3 Official Production, what's going on? Philly ain't good at drafting late first-round picks. We need higher picks. Yeah, we need higher picks. And we had a higher pick this past year. I mean, I'm glad we drafted Devontae Smith. Don't get me wrong, but they need a wide receiver to complement him. I don't know if Quez Watkins is the number 2 receiver right now. I have no idea right now. If the Eagles feel he's not a number 2 guy, move him to a number 3 and cut Rager out of there. Get Rager out of there. Keep him on. Let Rager fight for a spot next year. if that's the case. I think after next year they get rid of Reagor anyway. But if they don't think Quez is a number 2, get rid of him. I mean, don't get rid of him. Slide him to a number 3 because Greg Ward's a free agent after this year. They're probably not going to re-sign him because they're barely even using him now. So why would they even re-sign him? And they might, who knows? But they might re-sign him to be a backup. I don't know. But if Quez is not the number 2 that everyone, we need someone to complement Devontae Smith. We have nobody right now that's complimenting him right now. There's really nobody. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go after a Chris Godwin, a Devontae Adams. I don't know if they'd even do that. I don't know if they'd even spend that money. I don't know if they'd even spend money like that. You know what I mean? For a high-priced wide receiver at this point. Like, we've been drafting receivers for, like, so long to the point where it's like we're still not set at receiver still. I don't think we're set at receiver still. I don't think so at all. Devontae Smith, definitely. Quez Watkins, the problem is how are you supposed to evaluate these guys if they're not getting targeted enough? That's the problem. Like, when we were winning games running the football, I didn't mind it, but at the same time, I was like, how are we supposed to know what we're doing with these receivers for the future? Like, we don't even know, like, if Reagor's going to be good. We don't know if Quez Watkins. We know that we've seen flashes from Quez Watkins, but we've never seen, you know what I mean? We've seen flashes. He had that, you know what I mean? But he's made a couple mistakes, but everybody does. Devontae Smith had drops too this year. It's not like he didn't. I think Devontae Smith would have it to over 1,000 yards this year. He still can, still happen, but it's just crazy to me. We got 80 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. Guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Guys haven't liked stream. Please like the stream. Does help the channel a lot. Just hanging out tonight. Just talking about just everything Eagles. You guys have questions. I'm here to answer them to my full ability, as much as I possibly can. Yeah. But he said the way Dallas has been playing, they'll all be very quick out in the playoffs unless they play a pushover like San Francisco or us. Granted, the Dolphins remaining scheduled 6-7, New York Jets, New Orleans, Tennessee, New England. I'm hoping they lose 3 of those games, 3 out of 4 of those games. That's what I'm hoping that happens. That's what I'm hoping. Well, I mean, we'll see, though. Jay says, wait, does a block kick consider a missed kick because Jake Elliott is having a great year? I was just wondering. I don't know. If it was blocked, I don't think it shouldn't count. If it's blocked, it shouldn't count. No, it shouldn't count as a missed kick at all. Brad writes, says Hurts was horrible at game against Giants, but Reagor did not do his job. Eagles would have won that game if Reagor could catch. And Eagles probably could have won that game if Jalen Hurts didn't throw 3 picks in that game. When he could have, and Hurts could have threw 5-6 picks in that game. I mean, it was bad. I mean, yeah, those two to Reagor definitely for the win. And at the same time, I don't care if the Eagles won that game and Reagor caught one of those passes and he was the hero. Sure, I would have been happy about that win, but I still would have crucified Hurts after that game regardless. Wouldn't have mattered to me because he played like crap the whole game. He played like crap. Besides those 2 passes, he really played horrible the whole game. So it's like, can't just ignore the fact that he played like crap the whole game. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Big D said Devontae Smith was wide open and asked for the ball. Yeah, I think the play before the last play of the game, he said he told the coach to give him the ball, and the coach totally ignored him. That pisses me off too. Granted, the Dolphins head coach Brian Flores was on the hot seat after he was pounding the table for Watson. Now he is coaching. He is coaching to save his job. What an a-hole! He sabotaged Tua and Finn's seasons. Tanner Gray said Minshew and how he used his eyes was just so much better. Yeah, it wasn't, obviously not giving the play away by eyeing one receiver, but obviously faking the pass, faking the run. And his body language of when he's faking was great too. But he's done it. He's done it before, guys. He's not a rookie. Like, Minshew has been in the league. He's been a starting quarterback before. He knows what he's doing. Brady said Minshew spread the ball around and surveyed the field. Yeah, like from what I seen from his chart, he didn't really throw any passes in the middle of the field at all. It was more left and right side passes. He didn't really throw anything in the middle, but at the end of the day, he's passing the ball. And he's completing all these passes. You know what I mean? So I can't really complain about it. We thought his Cowboys stink, but Dak had 3,700 yards and 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, which is elite. 2016 is his first. 2016 his first year. Brad Wright says Hurts against Broncos. The comments was way different. Oh, 100%, definitely. Oh, definitely. Big D said he has some games where he gets it going. I agree. We got super chat from Roman Gares. Appreciate it, man. Didn't say anything, but I appreciate it very much. Terrell Christmas, show how much you like this live stream. Hit that like button. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro. Tyler says, I do agree 100% with Minshew. Needs just one more game to prove it, and to most doubters. If Minshew can win a game against a top-tier talent team, yeah, then maybe, then obviously I think a lot of decisions will be changed, but I don't know if he'll get his chance to do that. But even Jalen admits that winning is more important. Yeah, at the end of the day, doesn't matter about, at least like, look, I don't care. I don't care. Like, look, I love I love Jalen Hurts' mentality. I love it. You know what I mean? I wish Carson Wentz had that mentality when he was here, unfortunately, but he's got to show it on the field, though. Like, yeah, the mentality is great. We're hearing all these great things that he says, but he's got to show it on the field. You know what I mean? Obviously, his main throws are out routes, floaters, effective but can't be used all game, and curls and running. It's comeback routes, it's go routes. There's nothing great about this scheme. I mean, I think Sirianni his play calling has been better, but at the same time, like you got to keep the ball away from Jalen Hurts' hands when you have a bad play sequence. If the Eagles aren't in rhythm and you just keep feeding Jalen Hurts the ball for himself to run with it, it's not going to win you football games. It's just not. Mr. Nesta, look at Aiden from Michigan. He is fantastic. Oh, he's going to be a beast, bro. He's probably going to go top 3. I mean, he might go to the Lions first pick. He might. Chris Culver said, "I don't want an old QB, that's for sure." And depending on who it is, I don't want a Russell Wilson. I really don't. I don't know. Biggie said Russell Wilson come off injury and probably playing the worst football of his career. My grandson Joey Six, if you live streamed the Cowboys Washington football team game yesterday, I almost thought you were changing team to become a Cowboys or Washington fan. No, like I just like it's a big game. It was a big game for the Eagles. So I mean, I want to do something for Sunday. The Eagles weren't playing, but if we have a bye week, I always want to try to do something for Sunday. I don't want to just sit and do nothing all day. I want to stream a game and just keep myself busy. So I did that game. Bobby's Davenport said Jalen Hurts will have a monster game this week. I hope so, bro. I hope he plays better. I hope he plays good. And it's gonna be in Philly, guys. It's gonna be in Philadelphia. Perfect place. It's gonna be right there in Philly. Jason said, what would you give up for Russell Wilson? I don't know. If it's like a first round this year, first round next year, first round this year, first round next year, and maybe a second round, maybe a third rounder, a mid-round pick, then fine. If that's, I don't even want to trade for him, to be honest. I really don't. He's too old. There's not enough time to build this team, to have him in the building and to build this team. There's just not enough time. I mean, that's just me, though. I don't think there's enough time at all. Fuck. We got Michael Felder with the super chat. Appreciate it very much, man. He says, Bird Gang, let's finish strong. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I think this team could get it done, but Jalen Hurts, get your head out of your ass, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, run the football. Number 3, distribute the ball to all these receivers. Get everybody the ball. Get these guys open. You know what I mean? Like, scheme these guys. Get these guys open. Get some big plays. I want to see Devontae Smith. I want to see, I don't know, if Quez Watkins doesn't play, I want to see a lot more from a lot of other people. Like, I need to see more. Jordan Howard's back. I mean, I'll feel a lot better on the second, third and shorts, second and shorts, or those big chunk yards from Jordan Howard. Jordan Howard's on contract for another year, by the way, so obviously the Eagles will hopefully keep him. I mean, I love bruiser backs. I don't mind speed backs at all, but I'm telling you, trust me, I'm not going to lie, though. I'm not going to lie. I actually really liked Miles Sanders getting the ball 25 times in that game. I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed him getting the ball 25 times, 120-plus yards. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Big D said Pickett is the only draft pick QB worth damn. Houston would draft him if they had any brains. Yeah, probably. Jace Young said, okay, that's fair not to trade for him. If they trade for Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts is gone. I think Hurts gets traded. If Deshaun Watson gets traded here, I think that's what happens. I don't think they keep Jalen Hurts in the building. I think they keep Minshew in the building before they keep Jalen Hurts. If they make a trade for a veteran quarterback, I think that would be what happens here. Matt says, crazy we have back-to-back home games against Washington and New York. Then we head to Washington and finish at home. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, 2 home games in a row is perfect. Coming off a bye, being home, it's great. Jay Millen from Jersey says, you going to any of the last 3 home games? I am not, unfortunately. I went to 1 game. I went to the 4. This is probably the 1 year I didn't go to many games, besides last year, obviously, with the virus. But I usually go to 4 or 5 games a year. So I went to 1 game, went to the opener this year. If the Eagles get into the wild card and they're home for this game, I'm going. I will be there. I will definitely 100% be there. No doubt. Jason, what do you think of the Seahawks go to the playoffs? I'm sorry, but no, definitely not. Dominic Davies says he had his chance in Jacksonville. Give Hurts his chance to develop. All I'm saying, last game would not have been the end. of his rookie year. Truly, he's getting better and better. You mix his passing with a strong run. Oh, definitely. I mean, look, I'm not saying I've given up on him. I'm just saying he can't play like that. He can't throw 3 picks. I mean, he throws 3 picks. He throws 2 picks a game. It's still not good. That's what Carson Wentz was doing with us last year. You know what I mean? And it was just to the point where they weren't even benching him at one point. But I'm not going to get into all that. But all I'm saying is this, like, balance out the offense, get into a rhythm. No huddle offense is probably the perfect because they get into a rhythm, Eagles are scoring. Like, they get into a rhythm, Eagles are scoring. Besides, like, no penalties obviously have to get in the way of that. But, you know, I'm giving Hurts more time. These 4 games are really important. Like, Can Dak Prescott, can Jalen Hurts, I don't know why I'm thinking about Dak Prescott. Can Jalen Hurts win a division game? That's going to be that's going to be something to see. So we'll see. Jake gets cakes that Jeff have been involved in the drafting. It's not just Howie, all these reaching needs. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I think both of them have some say in the draft. I'm tired of it, honestly. That's why I miss Joe Banner, because he drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years. And, I don't think we're ever going to have that again unless Howie Roseman's out of the building. It looks like Howie's going to be here. No contract extension yet, but I'm waiting for it, though. Gamble Gaming says the only QB I'll take over Hurts is Bryce Young because he also has chemistry with Smitty. People want to get rid of Hurts, but they're not holding the coaches accountable for bad game playing. Hurts is it. I think there's bad. I think the coaches haven't been successful this year. You got a rookie head coach this year. Okay, Hurts hasn't been successful because he needs. I think what they should have did this year, they should have hired a veteran head coach, but they couldn't hire a veteran head coach because, guys, if you guys remember, okay, they went to go request the interview for Brian DeBall, offensive coordinator for the Bills, Stanley from the head coach of the Chargers right now, and they denied those interviews because of Howie Roseman. I'm telling you right now, they didn't even visit Philadelphia. We get Frank Reich's right-hand man. That's who we get. And of course, because it's Frank Reich. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. You know what I mean? And I don't know I don't think veteran coaches aren't going to come here. Jim Caldwell wasn't going to come here either as offensive coordinator because he wasn't going to call the plays. You know what I mean? Like, if you know what I mean? If also, I don't know if it's Shane Steichen. Does Shane Steichen need to go? I don't know. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I think the run game has been very good. I think the run game has been fantastic because, and I don't know where this run game came from because obviously beginning of the season, I was like, where's the run? I mean, it was that embarrassing. It was worse than last year. Doug ran the ball, didn't run that much, but man, Nick didn't run the ball at all early this season. You had Shane Steichen that came from the Chargers, run-heavy offense. Nick Sirianni came from the Colts, run-heavy offense, and they didn't run the ball early this year. So, and it's so crazy because like a coach would get fired for not running the ball for the first 5 weeks. Like, you'd get fired. Like, there's no way you'd be on the roster right now. There's no way he'd even be a head coach right now. That's why I think Howie Roseman had something to do with these coaches getting handcuffed earlier this year, and I believe it. And they say, who are some free agents you want to see the Eagles sign next year? Hassan Reddick. I would love to get Chandler if they can. Chandler Jones if they could. If he's a free agent after this year, a pass rusher I would like to get just to get. You know what I mean? But they command a lot of money and it's a lot of promise. You know what I mean? Like Hassan Reddick, definitely a good player. I would love to get a big time receiver, but that's a dream. That's not realistic. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to get Devontae Adams next year. You know what I mean? The compliment Devontae Smith. They get a high priced aggressive receiver like that. Man, that would be fantastic. That would be great. I think that's what they need in this offense. Defensively is a whole different story. They need pieces they need a linebacker. They need two. They have both safeties are free agents after this year. They might bring Rodney McLeod back because I don't think both are walking. Anthony Harris has been nothing but a bust this year. I haven't really liked him at all, surprisingly. And we need help with this pass rush. You have Darius Slay for another year. Hope they extend him. I think, he's not even, he's like 30 years old now. So you can I would extend Darius Slay next year for like 2 years. I would give him another 2-year deal just so he stays here for another couple of years. I think he could play for another few years. If Steven Nelson walks, that's another hole that you have. So, they have holes defensively. They have holes. I think literally you get the scheme right. And depending on this quarterback position, what they're doing after this year and what the decision is next year. And that obviously I know, it's a no-brainer what the decision is going to be. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know what they're going to do. Like, we know what might happen after this year, but it's up to them what they want to do. So I think they have to get a high-priced I would love to get a high-priced wide receiver. I mean, I would love it. I think to complement Devontae Smith, you don't have a player that's complimenting him at all. Period. You don't. Quez Watkins, no, I don't think so. Devontae Smith is only doing as much as he possibly can. I think he had more yards this year. Obviously, Jalen Hurts played horrible earlier this year, mostly because of bad play calling, bad scheming, and Sirianni wasn't helping his quarterback when he was struggling. And it's just great. You can't make the guy pass 40 times a game. It just can't happen. So, Logan Montero playoff appearance would be huge for our young guys to get that experience, especially Hurts and Smitty. Oh, definitely. I would love it. I think that's the best part about it. The best part about getting to the playoffs or getting into a wild card game is that they have the experience. And that's what I want. Rich is almost an hour, and first time Miles was mentioned. Well, in a good way, though. Miles is in a good way. I mean, Miles Sanders, I loved him running the ball 25 times. I loved it. And he can handle it. I mean, he can handle the load. Every game, 25 snaps, I don't know. But you get Jordan Howard hopefully back this week. And, I don't care if they both have 15 carries apiece. I mean, if they have 15 carries apiece, I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? Sprinkle some Boston Scott if you have to in there, whatever it is. Gainwell is going to be the odd man out of that, obviously. So, Dominic Davies says, say no to Russ. Dan Montgomery says, Dak has lost a lot of mobility due to his injury. Dominic Davies says, Steelers want Hurts. Yeah, that's going to be another thing. They could want Minshew, too. Who knows? The Steelers, so it looks like, I don't know if Roethlisberger's retiring or he's just leaving. I don't know what the case is. Is he retiring after this year? Is he just leaving the Steelers? I heard he was just leaving, and then some people are saying he's retiring. I don't know what's going on with him, but that's gonna be another open spot. So I don't know if they're gonna draft I don't know if they'll draft a quarterback this year, or maybe they'll have some interest going around the league. Now the Panthers actually offered us a second or third round pick for Gardner Minshew. This is before they had Matt Barkley as their backup. This is before they signed Cam Newton. They actually offered a second to a third round pick for Gardner Minshew, and the Eagles did not bite on it. Surprisingly, they didn't bite on it. Gail Games, imagine if Hurts improves his timing, having great timing and that ability to escape the pocket. Just imagine that. Yeah, and I think that's a big problem too. Some of these passes, like even, there's some points where like the receiver jumped too early, jumped too late for the ball, if it's a contested catch or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, I think it is timing at the end of the day, but that comes in with accuracy. I mean, you can't teach accuracy. I mean, you know what I mean? You can't teach accuracy. Like, the player has to develop that on his own at the end of the day. Mr. Fantasy Football says, come on, get Russ. Jake gets cake says, I really want Devontae Adams. I'm telling you, that would be a great signing. But are any free agents going to even want to be involved coming to Philadelphia? That's going to be the next question. What's going to make free agents want to come to Philadelphia? Other than Eagles giving them the bag or giving somebody a big contract, what's going to make them want to come here? Thanks. I think the last 4 games will determine what they do at quarterback for the future. I'm not sure what will happen. Yeah, I somewhat have an argument to that, maybe the last 4 games will have, because I'm telling you right now, like, Hurts has got to be on his game the next 4 games. He doesn't win any of these games, I don't know what I'm going to say. I really don't. Whether it's I don't know. It really depends on his play the next 4 games. Because if he plays bad the next 4 games, and I got to say, well, we'll give him another year, it's going to be tough for me to say that, because if I don't even see him win one division game this year, it's going to be tough. But he said, and gets a post-game deep ball, quick slant game, which did slowly up to them. Yeah, no, and they don't even do that anymore. And then even the Giants game, he threw they had Devontae Smith on a slant, and he threw behind him, and he couldn't catch it. It got deflected. The corner was right by him, and he had to kind of stop for it and try to catch behind him. It was just a bad pass. Like, the simple mechanic QB throws from Hurts, that's the stuff they should already know how to throw. Like, it's not good. It's not. Like, when he can't throw a screen pass for 3 to 5 yards, it worries me. It does. It really worries me. Right, hold on one second. Jason Young says, Jalen Hurts doesn't look down the field, so say we make it to the playoffs and it's like 2024, whoever we play, he doesn't look down the field. That's a big deal if he doesn't look down. No, I mean, I don't. The problem is, I think he looks. The problem is if he looks down the field, but if he's looking at multiple, he has to go through all his progressions. Like he's got to go through all his receivers. You go through your three options. If you go through your three options and they're not open, you go to your running back. I mean, and then you still throw it downfield, and that's what happens. I mean, and then these big picks happen, and he looks like crap. Jacobs K. Milton Williams is busy. I knew that was bad pick. Farrell said, Joey, you go. Appreciate it, Farrell. Appreciate it, man. Jay Millen from Jersey said, Joey, I like the no huddle idea. Look at what Chip did his first year here. I didn't like sending off our playmakers, but we did improve record wise. No, we did. And I like the no huddle because then teams can't obviously substitute. They can't get fresh players in the game. And I think when the Eagles are on a rhythm, that they are more explosive. I mean, that's just me, though. Matt says, I 100% agree, Edward. Jay Mills said that would have been a good look for Caldwell in the coaching room, and it never happened. But Cody Cordero says, we have a rookie head coach, basically rookie quarterback. Not the best combo. Let me work it out in at least another year. Yeah, I mean, it might have to take another year. The rookie quarterback and a rookie coach it's not a good combo at all. I was a fan of it because I thought we were promised something different before the year started. We were hypnotized from a lot of things that Nick said, a diverse offense, run first, and, using players to their strengths. All these things were promised in the offseason, and we didn't get any of that for a while. Richie says, hands in, 1, 2, 3 roots. Victor Jimenez says, your thoughts on Micah Parsons? Oh, Micah Parsons, man. He is just, oh, my God. I think when it comes to him rushing the quarterback, him going back in coverage, I mean, he's just got this nasty edge towards him. I really do like. He's going to be a good player for the Cowboys, a really good player. That's a big miss for the Eagles, obviously. But Parsons he's going to be something special in this league. And Dallas has one of the best linebacker cores. But I liked Van Der Esch when he was drafted from Boise State. You know what I mean? Like I think the linebackers are fantastic, and Micah Parsons is just becoming he's going to be a generational player for the Cowboys in the future. That's what I think. Big D says he has a floater, which is great to have, but can't be used all game. We can hit you with the curls and our out routes. Edward O'Brien says Hurts has terrible accuracy with weak arm, not deep ball threat at all. I do not believe it hurts at all. I don't believe his accuracy is I don't believe his accuracy is consistent. I don't think he has a strong arm for a deep ball, which you saw in that Giants game as well. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. Glow said, I want Mike Williams from the – is Mike Williams a free agent after this year? I mean, Mike Williams is like a 50-50 ball receiver as well, but guy has like really good speed downfield. Godwin's another guy you can get. Jason said, I saw your video on Gardner Minshew. Do you think one of those teams get him or no? Do you think they will get him? Nah, I mean, at this point, I don't think they'll get rid of Gardner Minshew unless it's like – if there's a team out there that like gives up desperately needs a quarterback and they want to get like they give away a first round pick to the Eagles for Gardner, you pull the trigger. Obviously, you pull the trigger on that. They're already offered a second, third round pick and they didn't pull the trigger. I think I think they trade for Gardner Minshew because they want to keep him as the backup quarterback. I think that's why they trade for him. I think that's what they want him as right now. Matt says, honestly, Cardinals look like crap tonight, like the Rams. Edward says, funny what Minshew, the offense game the coaches called was totally different. That's what I'm saying. It's like Minshew started that game, and this play calling was like night and day. I mean, night and day. It was just different, and it was very fluid, and it was consistent, and there was a rhythm, and I felt comfortable all game watching it. I was watching Gardner Minshew work the pocket, moving in and out of the pocket, and he was just really good. I think he scrambled once or twice in the game. One for that first down. I mean, it's just amazing. Like when you have a quarterback, like it just the play calling aspect and how they used him was just it looked normal. It looked like a normal football team. We didn't look like we were struggling at all. It was just kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Jason, did Alshon Jeffrey retire? He's not in the league, right? I think he's still a free. I think he tried out for a team. I think it was the Saints, or I forgot who. He tried out for one team. I think he didn't make it. I think he's a free agent, to be honest. Mike said, you give the most honest assessment of Jalen Hurts. Big Philly media is so afraid of offending people. They give you opinion full of agenda, not facts. I mean, I just see what I see with my own two eyes. Like, I get a lot of crap every day, but I don't care. Like, if you don't agree, then you don't agree. Like, I'd rather us not agree. This way we could, like, understand each other on it. You know what I mean? Like, it makes the conversation more interesting when someone doesn't agree with you than people agreeing with me all the time, which is not a bad thing either. But I'm not afraid to call anybody out. Like, if a player plays like crap, I'm going to say it. And again, that's it. People aren't going to like it. Or people go, oh, you're stupid. You know, like some people will like say I'm wrong and then won't tell me why. Or some people will be like, oh, look at that play on this play, blah, blah, blah. You know, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I see something I think I see, but I didn't see it. And I'll mention it and people freak out about it. But I'm giving my honest assessment of the team. Like, I don't work for NFL Network. I don't care. Like, I'm just a fan at the end of the day. So Jay Miller from Jersey says we need a vet in the wide receiver room to show these young guys to be a professional wide receiver. I agree. I agree. They need to bring in a vet next year. I agree. Mr. Psycho says I would love to see him pick up new coaches, O-line coordinator, defense coordinator, and draft defensive players and O-line players. I agree. I don't know if they will change the offensive coordinator, but we'll see. Dane says I heard Doug Pearson might go to Jacksonville. He will be a coach next year. A head coach, I think Jacksonville will be perfect for him. You know what I mean? Like, if Urban Meyer's a piece of garbage. Like, that guy I have no respect for. Like, after all the crap that happened with him, I have no respect for him at all. As a professional player, a guy that doesn't go back, that flies with the team back to Jacksonville and gets caught getting dry humped by some like girl. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't like that. That's just like really embarrassing. He could be the head coach or he could be a coordinator somewhere. So Matt Nagy could be gone too from the Bears. He could be gone. So Edward O'Brien said we actually were able to utilize the screen game with Minshew. Oh, definitely. Because Minshew can give it away. You know what I mean? Minshew can give the fake away. Minshew is good at that. They're not expecting Minshew to run with the football in his hands, but at the same time, yeah, the screen game was good. It opened up for Dallas Goddard. You know what I mean? They opened up a lot. So Biggie says when you talk about on and over the middle game, a post game doesn't have it. A quick slant game that's showing up, but slowly. I agree with that. Bob says, "Hey Joey, I'm coming in late. Sorry. Do you know if Watkins is in the protocol as close contact or he's dead?" I don't know if he tested positive. I think it's close. I don't know what it is actually. It's the reserve. So they'll give it 5 days, then they'll test them. And I don't know. It does. Well, usually when you hear he's in the reserve for the virus, he's literally probably not playing. I don't know. He could be playing, but I don't think he's going to be playing. When I hear that, I don't think he's playing. Matthew Walsh says, I would love for us to sign Chris Godwin or Devontae Adams in free agency, but I know that's just a pipe dream. It is. It's a pipe dream. If we sign Devontae Adams, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I would love it. I mean, this offense would be set. Like, this offense would be set. Literally, you have the offensive line. You have, I mean, quarterback-wise, that's the only question I have right now. But you get Devontae Adams in the building. I'm telling you right now, the more they build around Jalen Hurts, if Hurts still can't play around a well-built offense around him and he still can't play and still can't contribute, then I don't know. So, Matt said, I heard that too, Danny. I feel that a perfect fit for Doug. Edward O'Brien says, Doug is not going to the Jags. Urban Meyer staying. We'll see. We'll see. He might stay for one more year. I don't know. Dominic Davis says, I say if Hurts makes the playoffs, he's our guy, build defense and grab number 2 wide receiver and cornerback. Yeah. If they make the playoffs, then yeah, I mean, you have to start Hurts next year. I mean, there's no choice. You got to start Jalen Hurts next year. We're talking to Joey, should we play Minshew 4 games, see if we can have a real passing QB, strength his arm, got top wide receiver and elite defensive end with picks. I think you have to start Jalen Hurts. Like, we need the answer of Jalen Hurts this year. Like, this is the time where it's crunch time. Like, come off a bye week, you have 4 games, you have a huge chance to get into a wild card game, and you have to literally see if this is your future. You put Minshew in right now, it's not gonna help Jalen Hurts to where you know if he's gonna be the answer. He's a 2nd round pick. Like, we have to find out like what he's going to be. Sitting him is not going to give you answers on Jalen Hurts for next year. It's not. Because if Minshew either plays good or plays bad, you just wasted all that time with Minshew. And then depending on how he plays, it depends. But you got to start for the long run. You got to see what Jalen Hurts could do. Even though I want Jalen Hurts to be the guy that badly, and he could fail. He could fail. He could not be our guy. I mean, at least if I know the answer, I'll feel better about it. You know what I mean? A wild card game is a wild card game at the end of the day. If we don't make it, we don't make it. It is what it is. I'm not getting my hopes up about it. I'm not saying, we're definitely going to get it. I'm going to be strictly honest about it. Jay said in the first year that the Seahawks didn't make the playoffs. Ben is retiring. Okay. I didn't know if he was or not. Mike P said playoffs give you more practice games, more confidence, huge plus for young player development. But he said when you talk about moves switching which side you're throwing, he doesn't have it. Well, yeah, he usually moves to the right side. And that's another thing too. Hurts likes moving to his right side first before his left. Just depending. So Evan Warrenstock says the Eagles need to draft linebacker, corner, defensive end, and sign a wide receiver and safety. I agree. I agree. Look, that's another good thing. I think edge rusher's got to be the number one pick in this draft. Edge rusher has to be like our first round pick's got to be an edge rusher this year. That's just me though. So I don't know, but just I love Jalen Hurts. Pause, but I don't want him in Steelers. I don't want Jalen Hurts nowhere except where his contract is up. Mr. Psycho says, finally, Big Ben has needed to retire forever now. Edwards says, Hurts has a weak arm. Big D says, he can hit you with crossing routes. Gregory Hernandez says, what do you think Hurts for Claypool? I wouldn't mind it, but at the same time, when next year? No, I don't think so. I think Hurts will be a starting quarterback if he plays well these next 4 games, if he plays okay these next 4 games, or if they make the wild card. If they don't, he still plays okay. I think they still will keep him as starting quarterback next year. I don't know if that trade would actually happen. I like Claypool. Obviously, hopefully he's not a dimwit like the rest of these Steelers receivers that they've had over the years. Even on that last play when they were, he celebrating after their, the time is rolling down the clock and Steelers have to get down and he's celebrating. And I don't know if he had a brain fart or whatnot, but Cody says you could teach accuracy, but you can't really teach athleticism. Develop Hurts. There's more upside. I hope so. Mike P says Steelers should grab Jacob Eason. He is Big Ben clone. Kurt Warner liked him over Justin Herbert. Big D says the last 4 games wouldn't decide anything yet, but it would buy Jalen more time. It would buy Jalen more time, or I think it would if he plays bad the next 4 games. I think it would. I don't know. Is it going to buy him more time if he plays horrible in the next 4 games? Probably not. Not for the fan base. He won't buy more time. Probably not. Kevin Stackhouse, what's going on, man? He says, so why trade all those first round picks knowing our defense? That's what I don't like about. That's what I don't like about that. I don't like that if he trades 2 first round picks and he obviously keeps Jalen Hurts as the quarterback next year, you're missing out on 2 players you could draft. You know what I mean? You're missing out on 2 players you could draft. So it's and nothing's promising about quarterbacks come out in the draft. There's nothing promising about it. You don't know what you're going to get. If it's the Alabama quarterback they want to go after in 2023, then yeah, okay, I guess that's a good move. But then what are you going to do? Just go in free agency and spend all this money, and then once you spend all this money, you have a time limit on contending. That's the issue I have with just going out in free agency. The Eagles they're going to be under the cap $35 to $50 million in cap space. They're going to be under the cap. They haven't been under the cap in a long time. With 12 picks, you trade 2 of those first round picks away, you're missing out on players to draft. That's what I don't like about it. I think if they really want a quarterback in the next, if they want a quarterback the next 2 years, they want as many picks as they possibly can to get this quarterback position right. You know what I mean? But he said, I think the scheme is tethered in his limited skill set. Gavin Game said, Hurts showing he could get the ball at receivers consistently with entice people to play here. We already have a solid run game and 1-star receiver. If Hurts goes crazy, that'll bring people here, I think. I hope so. Devontae Smith, has he done a lot this year? No. Is it most of his fault? No. But, it's one guy. Like, it's got to open up. Like, other players have to open up this. Like, he's going to open up this offense for other players to be successful. Devontae Smith, like, I wish they used him differently. Like, I feel like they used him on, like, they'll early in the season, they used him on screens. And, like, they did stupid things with him. I didn't get why. You know what I mean? Like, they don't use him mid-tier, middle of the field, no post corners. I don't know what they're doing with him, really. Edward O'Brien said if we get that wild card spot, Hurts will be here all next year too. Oh, definitely. If they get into the wild card, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Taga says Joey agents will come to Philly if they see Minshew 4 games distributing catchable balls. Minshew has touch. They're not. Minshew's not playing though. He's not going to be playing. The only way he's going to be playing if Jalen Hurts plays so bad to the point where they have to bench him, and there's still a chance for the wild card, and they just don't want to continue with Jalen Hurts until Minshew starts playing like crap. I don't know what's going to happen. Carlos, what's going on, man? Tim said I get edge, cornerback, and linebacker in that order. I do the same. Yo, Dagger, what's going on, man? Biddy said he's got the floaters. He can hit a crossing route and can put it on the money on out routes, but that's about it. Jay Shugs, Lane Johnson, how you doing? How's Jason Kelsey? Kelsey's fine. Kelsey's good. I talk to Kelsey every day. Birdman, what's going on, bro? He says I have no read on what's going to happen. Jalen has to win or it's going to be doomsday real quick. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't say, Jalen Hurts is going to have a monster game. Like, I really don't know what's going to happen. And I'm glad it's in Philly because you know what? If he plays like shit, I hope that crowd boos him like crazy. I hope they get booed. He'll deserve it. If he screws up this game, he's going to deserve it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's either he's going to play really good, or he's gonna, or the run game is going to camouflage his play, where he's not going to throw 12 times in a game. He's either going to have a game where he throws 12 times and they have a big run game, or he's going to pass too much and he's going to have a bad game. I don't know. It go either way. Gamble Gaming says people getting on Hurts accuracy, but what about the wide receivers not getting open enough? None of us are in Jalen's mind when he's playing, but I do think our wide receivers aren't doing enough to help Jalen either. But I don't think Jalen Hurts is reading the field either. I don't think so. I think it's more than just the receivers, and more than I think it's a lot more than that. Like, it's either we're blaming Hurts or we're blaming for the receivers not getting open. So if the receivers aren't getting open for multiple games, then what does it tell you? So what does that mean? Devontae Smith's not a good receiver? Does that mean that none of the guys are getting open? I don't know. But I still think Hurts isn't that good right now, and that's just the truth. I think Hurts is good to a certain extent to some of his skill set that he has. I think he runs with the football very well. When it comes to his consistent passing, I don't see it. And that's just what it is. And I think some of it is coaching too. I think Sirianni, it comes to Sirianni's play calling too. When Sirianni says, "Oh yeah, keep the ball for yourself and run with it," I don't like that. When we're not making plays, we're not balancing this offense. He's not consistently getting passes thrown, getting in, and our run game's not working. He just wants Jalen Hurts to run for first downs. I don't agree with him doing that all game either. If we're not winning games, we're not in the lead in games. We're not leading games. And we're getting first downs with Jalen Hurts. You're not winning football games that way. Not when the offense doesn't have a rhythm. You're not. So, not sure. Evan says I would either go Minshew or Hurts. If Hurts plays good, you go with Hurts. If now Minshew, Eagles got to just draft defense. Mike said Minshew will get better every week with practice snaps. Big Easy Parsons has a legit case for Defensive Player of the Year. I think he has more of a case for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think TJ Watt's going to get Defensive Player of the Year. That's just me, though. I think TJ Watt's going to get that. I think he'll get that. I think he's hurt right now, but he should get that. Philly for the podcast says, what's going on, Joe? He said, if you had to fire one coach and cut one player, who would they be? One coach or one player right now? If there's one coach I'd fire, it'd probably be Gannon. Probably Jonathan Gannon. One player? JJ Arcega-Whiteside. Could be JJ, Derek Barnett. Jesus, I mean, that's pretty much about it as of right now. Yeah, I mean those would be my choices. Gail Game says, "Who knows if they would use Parsons the way Cowgirls do? We did miss. We got a Heisman winner." Let's see. Kevin says we roll him out too much, leave him in the pocket. Mr. Psycho said, "Bro, Hurts has missed easy throws to wide open receivers all year because he can't read the field or work through his progressions." What are you talking about? Me, I don't think I said anything good about his throwing, unless you're talking to somebody else. But Big D says Van Der Esch seems to have disappeared, but he may be making impact without getting on the stat sheets. No, I mean he's like the problem with him was when he got drafted, he started getting hurt a little bit, so he was a little injury prone. He was turning out to be like Sean Lee 2.0 for a while, and then like finally getting healthy. I think he's still good, and a really good scheme. I think he's great. I think his coverage is good. His tackling is good. Danny says Cowboys defense is better than their offense right now. Never thought I would say that before this year. Oh, yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't have said the same thing either. Their defense is like legit really good. It's really good. Gail Game says he throws a solid deep ball, but if receivers don't catch it, it's really Jalen's fault. No, it's not. It's not his fault at all. Yeah, 2 of those picks against the Giants were bad passes, but again, that could be more on our receivers than QBs. I don't know, because on that 1st and 18 throw to Rager, and he throws it, and he has to come back. If a receiver has to come back and get the ball, it's on Jalen Hurts. Simple as that. You know what I mean? It's simple. It's simple. It's not hard. If he throws a screen pass and it's behind the receiver, it's on Hurts. If he underthrows a deep route, and Rager was in front. Rager on that 1st and 18 throw, when McKinney got that pick on that 1st and 18 throw, he was in front of that cornerback, and Hurts couldn't throw it downfield. I'm not saying that it's always Jalen Hurts' fault, but you could tell when the pass is bad. You could tell when it's a bad pass. So, Dave McKnight, what's going on, man? Fly, let's fly, bro. Evan Warnick says if Hurts doesn't start throwing, he's got to go, and that's it. Big D says the eye test. That's the only way to, yeah, pretty much. Gamble says people giving Gardner too much credit. It was the Jets, and Gardner didn't throw any deep balls either. He can't. They all flutter, underthrown. Look at the 2 passes to Rager. Perfect passes dropped. Two perfect passes. What in the 2 perfect passes to Rager in what the Giants game? Yeah, 2 of them were dropped, but Hurts played like crap the rest of the game, and this is what I don't get. He played like crap. I don't care if he threw 2 good passes at the end of the game. Number one, if you just beat the Giants by a couple points, like that doesn't make Jalen Hurts look good. Like he should have killed this team. Okay, there's no excuse for it. They should have killed them. Literally, you held the Giants to 13 points, so obviously you could have beat them. Obviously, which made us look worse than they did. Okay. Yeah, I understand two passes to Rager were bad, but the rest of the game, he threw 3 picks. I mean, he threw 3 picks that game. And double coverage. The one that Quez Watkins wasn't double. Quez wasn't even in that, wasn't there yet, or apparently he was held. I don't know if that was the case. The one on 1st and 18 was way underthrown. They had to come back for it. You know what I mean? So it's just like with my own 2 eyes, I know when a good pass when I see it and a bad pass when I see it. And those 2 passes to Rager were perfect. But you can't just ignore the fact that he played like crap the earlier the whole entire game. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, does it make him look like he didn't give up? Sure, definitely. The Panthers game, like we won that game. And defense had 3 picks, 3 picks, 3 sacks, 3 sacks, 4 sacks that game. And the defense was putting the offense in good positions, and the offense kept messing up. But I gave Jalen Hurts respect because he didn't give up the whole game. Didn't give up. And he won at the end. Did I give Jalen Hurts respect and say, oh, I gave him respect because, he didn't give up and he finally got some points on the board and won us that Panthers game. The Panthers kind of threw that game away too. Their offense kind of threw that game away. But I didn't sit there and I was like, Jalen Hurts played a fantastic game. No, like he played like crap. Like, yeah, he won it. He got us in the lead after like how many turnovers by the defense. The defense like balled out against the Panthers. But I can't give Jalen Hurts 100% credit. You know what I mean? He played like crap. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Blake Brown said it was just the Jets. Pump your brakes. Everything looks good when you play those guys. Fly will fly. Yeah, and at the same time, like if you so if you lose to the Jets, then you'd be a game behind Washington right now. So it's like, okay, if it's still a good win, it's still a win that we needed at the end of the day. That's what I don't get. It's like, so what? Since it's not against the Jets, so we just forfeit that game because it's the Jets, or not think about that win because it's the New York Jets. We won that game and it helps us towards the wild card. So what's the problem? I'm telling you, it's because of these two stupid quarterbacks that we talk about every day. And I say stupid because of this stupid argument every single day. That's the issue I'm having. Like, I don't give a crap who goes in there and becomes quarterback. I just want to win, period. Yeah, I want a starting quarterback in the future, definitely. But Hurts couldn't play, and Minshew got in there and did his job as a backup quarterback. That's all I'm saying. He did his job, and he gets crucified for it. The people that praise him for that game against the Jets get crucified for it. I get crucified for it. So it's fine. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That win was very important going into the bye week. It was an important win, regardless, because guarantee you, if Jalen Hurts got in that game, and I'm telling you, I don't know. I saw Minshew and look, I don't care. Okay, it's the Jets. It is what it is. If Hurts was at the 5-yard line, like Minshew was at the 5-yard line, drove that team all the way down to score. You know what I mean? If Hurts was at the 5-yard line, I don't even know if we would have scored on that drive. Just the truth, you know? As a fan, I just don't agree with it. I don't know. Just the truth. We have 88 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. You guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. Check out some of the videos. You guys haven't liked the stream before you leave, please like the stream. It does help the channel a lot. Much love to everybody that's come in to speak their mind today. I'm speaking my mind, you're speaking your mind, and we're kind of just going back and forth, which I'm perfectly fine with. So, Chris Cooper said, "Hey, Joey Shakes, did we get the Colts first round pick yesterday? I'm confused. No, 10 more plays from Carson Wentz. We get that. We get the pick. 10 more plays. Big D said 3 picks against just the Giants. That's what I'm saying. But because Jalen Hurts throws 3 picks against the Giants, it doesn't matter. And lost the game, he's not going to get crucified for it. So now everyone's blaming on Rager, which he definitely deserves it. But Hurts still threw 3 picks. You know what I mean? He still threw 3 picks in that game. That's what I don't get. Like, I don't hate Jalen Hurts, but like it's right in front of you. What happened? It's right in front of you. If the Eagles won that Giants game and Rager caught one of those balls, would have been like, okay, that would have been good. But I still wouldn't have been like, oh, Hurts played a great game, because he didn't play good. He played like crap. He played horrible. He played horrible, but he made 2 passes really matter. That's it. That's it. Big D said, I ain't complaining if Jalen gets that nod. I also believe he could put on a show. You never know. We'll see. Matt said it's going to be interesting to see if we run the table next 4 games. Run the table, I don't know. Can we win next week? Definitely. Are they winnable games? Sure, but we've been saying that all year about teams having winnable games. So it looks like Washington's not going to have Jonathan Allen, their sack leader. Jonathan Allen's probably not playing. All right. Heineke should be playing. I know he left with injury. He should be coming back. They're missing their center. They're missing a tackle that left the game. Their center went out on a cart. They could be missing 2 offensive linemen plus Jonathan Allen. Okay. But it doesn't matter offensive line wise, because the Eagles just can't get pressure, period. And hopefully being home and maybe the crowd helping them out, they'll develop some type of pressure. I don't know, but we'll see. Big D, I can point out some Goddard weakness. He has a tendency of stalling out. Like his momentum can fizzle at times, and that's fine. I'm not saying that Minshew has played perfect in that game either. There was a couple throws I didn't agree with, but at the same time, offense was in rhythm. We were scoring on most of our drives, and I can't really complain about. If we're scoring most of our drives, then great. I can't complain. Run game's okay. Like, I can't complain about it. You know what I mean? Juan Ramirez says, Joey, what's up, brother? Fly Eagles Fly. If you have the best Eagles content on YouTube, no doubt. Greetings from ABQ, New Mexico. Hey, dude, appreciate it, man. From Mexico, awesome. New Mexico, it's awesome, man. Appreciate you coming in, though, dude. Juan, appreciate, bro. Danny, I'll see you later, bro. Have a good night. Big D said Garner can lose you games without making costly plays, but it'll be because he sometimes has trouble generating momentum, and that's fine. And look, I'm not saying that Hurts really didn't throw a lot of picks this year. Really, he didn't have a pick. He didn't have a game where he threw 3 picks this year. I mean, he didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I give him credit for that. But at the same time, like, you know, he's don't make stupid mistakes with the football, and that's it. Trimmer says, if Watkins can't play on Sunday, who would you rely on? Rager, JJ? I'd put Greg Ward up there. I don't rely on JJ. I don't rely on Greg and on Jalen Rager. I just don't. JP says, I heard Minshew was throwing to his right. That's what I heard. I looked at the chart, and he threw to his left and his right. I mean, I looked at the chart. There's a chart where all the times he threw the ball, and usually it was to the left or the right. More times to the right, I don't know, but he threw on both sides. That's all I know. Hurtado says, Joey, see enough of Hurts 0 upside versus Minshew because both are athletic. Minshew ran 100 times, 500 total, but Hurts 185 times for 1,000. Not sustainable. Both run well. 5.3 average to 5.8. But he said Minshew was throwing everywhere. The right was the primary. Jay Shunk said, nice headphones. These headphones are horrible. Don't buy them. Don't buy. I've been through like 2 of these headphones already. Gail Gates said Jalen's going to have a monster game, 3 touchdowns. I hope so. Hey, look. Hey, amen. Okay. I pray to Jesus Christ that he scores 3 touchdowns. I hope he throws for 3 touchdowns. I hope so. Gamble says Smitty's being doubled, but our receivers aren't doing enough. Oh, no, I somewhat agree with that, too. Like, I still think we need – I don't know if Quez Watkins is a number 2 receiver. Like, I don't think so. I don't know. They might have to get a number 2 guy. They move Quez to – I think Quez would be a great number 3. Greg Ward walks in the free agency. They make Quez number 3. They put Rager as a backup. If that's the case, and go sign a number 2 to complement him. I agree with that. You know, I agree. I don't think there's a big weapon that complements him because no one's really showing up. Quez isn't showing up. Rager doesn't show up. I mean, that really, it's the truth. I don't think some of these guys show up for him either. I mean, it's both ways. It's Hurts, and it's obviously there's no one really complimenting Devontae Smith. It really isn't, you know. 2 high ups of this game is Jalen Hurts' last chance. They are drawn at the half, and he's playing bad. Minshew is coming in. I feel like he will get benched. If Hurts plays bad, I think he's getting benched. I think for this year. I think it's going to happen. I think if Hurts is having a really hard time, he will get benched. I mean, that's just me, though. I think it will actually happen. I really do. If it happens. I don't know if it's going to. I don't want it to happen, but if it does, it might. I don't believe they'll throw the towel on him that easily. If he loses 4 straight division games, it's not going to look good for Hurts going into next year. Period. It's you can't even defend him at this point. You really can't. He can't even win a division game. I don't know. It's got to be one game. Washington, they're you know, I think really up to that Cowboys game, they look very tough. They look competitive. After facing the Cowboys, I really said, you know what, there are some things that they're really bad at doing. And I think the Cowboys kind of exploited that a little bit. I think they exploited that with the pressure on Heineke. You know, he gets, you know, he panics a little bit on pressure. There's sometimes he doesn't, like he's very up and down. I think you can run on that team as well. I think you can run on Washington. There's some things you could do really well. Jonathan Allen not playing, that's going to be a big hit for a defensive line too, on top of it. Gamble says Hurts can get away from pressure. Minshew would get chased down by faster linebackers like Mike. Well, yeah, I mean, but that's not. But yeah, so what? Because he's not a mobile. Because he's better. Yeah, so it's not Minshew. That's not his skill set. Like he can run. Is he the slowest quarterback I've seen? Definitely not. The guy can run, but is he the fastest? Definitely not. He doesn't run like Jalen Hurts. Definitely not. So you got to pick your poison. You're getting a better passer with Minshew. Okay, the guy isn't that fast and that mobile, so he might get sacked. Okay, I get it. But Minshew's not the slowest quarterback. When we had Sam Bradford, slow, you know, there's quarterbacks out there where you just give pressure and they cannot escape, period. Okay? With Jalen Hurts, his passing is crap, and obviously he can run with the ball. That's the upside. So which one are you taking? There's a lot of quarterbacks in this league that aren't mobile enough. You know what I mean? And they rely on their passing, and that's just what it is. It's just the truth. Like, You can't have the best of both worlds. Like most quarterbacks you get, some of them just can't run, and some of them are really good at, sometimes you have to build an offensive line. I think Minshew had that offensive line, and he had really good pass protection that game. So, I mean, the Black Lives says, we've been talking about QBs for 2 weeks, but Gannon's defense is what got me worried. At this point, we can complain about the defense, but they're only going to play to a certain extent. They're not going to play any better. They're not. The only time they're going to play better is if the offenses are just not playing well, and they'll just thrive off of it. But I have besides the cornerbacks and the linebackers, I got no faith in the rest of that team, that squad. I have no faith in our pass rush. I have no faith in these safeties at all. It's just not there. It's just not there. Gannon can only do so much. I can talk about the defense every week. Defense plays horrible every week. They're not giving us enough every week. Do they give enough? I think. Are they doing enough to where they get enough stops and it's just enough to where they're giving the offense some help a little bit? Sure. I thought during the Jets game they gave the Jets, they gave the Eagles, the defense gave the offense a little bit of help last week. It is what it is. Was it perfect? No. But, did they just do enough where they keep the Eagles on the field? Sure. You know what I mean? But it's not great. You know what I mean? It's not fantastic. I mean, I think it's crap. I think our defense is horrible. We're bad against the run. Passing wise, it's hit or miss, but most of the time, the coverage is pretty solid at times. And then there's times where we get no pressure, and that's because of the pressure. I mean, just imagine if we actually had pressure. We swarmed QBs on top of this cornerback squad we have right now with Avonte Max and Steven Nelson and big play Slay. You know what I mean? Steven Nelson, do I think he's the greatest cornerback as the number 2? No. Do I think he's bad? No, definitely not. I think he's been pretty solid this year, I got to say. Steven Nelson hasn't been perfect, but he hasn't been bad either. You know what I mean? Eli Fresh, can you see how we trade all our first round picks for Rodgers? No, definitely not. Matthew Walsh says, in your opinion, who is the league MVP and why? League MVP right now? Oh my God. I mean, the league MVP as of right now, it's really going to depend on, and I think Tampa's going back. I think Brady will get it again this year just because he's going to make it. I think Tampa Bay will win the Super Bowl this year. That's just me as of right now. I think that's what will happen this year. Tampa Bay's going back. Relentless. I mean, Tampa Bay's relentless. I mean, I want to see the Patriots and Tampa Bay go at it. That's going to be a good game, and obviously some interest on both sides, since obviously Brady used to play for the Patriots. So I think they'll add some more meaning to that game. So Gail gave us the psycho. You can't see the field from Jalen's perspective. They give us the broadcast perspective, so we don't know what Jalen isn't doing. Yeah, just like we don't know if receivers are open because we're not seeing that. All we're seeing is Hurts stand there and throwing the ball. We don't see who's open during those routes. He's missing anybody that's open. But definitely check downs. You're not throwing to your check downs. You're not, you know what I mean? I don't think he likes doing that. You know what I mean? There's a lot to really look at here, but kind of Gang says Hurts will never learn and get better if you always running trust your other players. Eagles O-line isn't bad. The Eagles O-line is great. And it's only getting better. I mean, Landon Dickerson at left guard. I mean, that pick is working out really good right now for the Eagles. Offensive line-wise, we're looking really good. Dillard is a backup left tackle. They signed Raven Clark for another year, so it's more depth. You have Nate Herbig that could play both guard spots, that played very well against the Jets. Has played well in multiple games, could play both guard spots. Jack Driscoll's on IR still. We'll see what's going on with him, and he's looked really good, played right tackle, right guard the past couple seasons. A lot of moving pieces. I still think they need to draft another guy regardless, but Jay Young said, why did you put Eagles in trouble in your thumbnail? Well, I put Eagles in trouble because I don't know if they're going to win four more games. You know what I mean? Can they get into the wild card? Are the Eagles in trouble? Are the Eagles in trouble because Quez Watkins isn't playing this week? Are the Eagles in trouble because are they going to get into a wild card? Are they going to stay consistent? Are they going to follow a formula that's really helped this Eagles team play really well when it comes to the run game and to the pass, obviously? Is it going to hurt us in the end? I don't know. That's the trouble I think we're in right now. I don't want there to be trouble, but there could be down the road. I don't know. Harak says, bro, Hurts not the answer. We need a QB that ain't Hurts season. Hurts played two decent games all year. That horrible 13 touchdown, 8 picks ain't good. Oh, Evan says we gotta just wait and see Sunday. Go Birds. That's it. Smash the like button. Sub this man up. He busts his butt to put out the best content possible for us each and every day. Matt, appreciate it, man. Gail said Hurts is allowed to have one bad game. It was his worst game of the season. His worst game, but he's had multiple. He's had bad games. I don't know. It's all about him getting better every week. I think early in the season he played bad because Nick wasn't doing right by him either. So it's some on Hurts early in the season, but a lot of it on Nick for not running the football and helping his quarterback. Couldn't do play action, couldn't do a lot of other things. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm telling you right now, he plays like crap Monday. I'm telling you. We'll see though. I'm gonna be on his ass. No joke. I'm not even kidding. Every play. And I'm gonna write down things that happen every single just so I don't forget. So I go through it all on the little list I have. Usually I have a notepad with me when I'm watching the game. This way there's things I see that I don't want to forget. Big deal. He's had bad games without turning the ball over. And just because he doesn't turn the ball over doesn't mean he's playing good or he's necessarily playing bad. Like, you could not turn the ball over and play like crap. So it is what it is. Michael says, what's up, Joey? Hope you're doing well. Happy holiday. You too, man. All you guys, happy holidays to everybody and your families. I hope you guys are doing well. Christmas is around the corner, guys. Hope you guys got some good gifts for your family, to your loved ones. Kind of gangster. Hurts had only one comeback game win against the Panthers. It's sad. We've won against the Lions. Panthers, obviously the Saints were crap. The Saints didn't play good. The Falcons were like it was a back and forth game, but the Eagles got out of there with that win. Heat Seeking Moisture Missile says, Joey, if you were Howie and the Texans asked for 3 first-rounders for Deshaun Watson, he was clear. Would you do for 3 first-rounders and what? 3 for this year? 3 first-rounders for what? 3 first-rounders for this year? Like 3 first-rounders from 1 draft? Definitely not. 2 first-rounders from 2 drafts? Sure. 3 in 1 or 3 in 3 years? Definitely not. Definitely not. I do 2 first-rounders in 2 years. That's it. That's as much as I'm doing. Tim says there'll always be a QB controversy in Philly until they have the guy for the future. And if they can hold on to the guy, and that's another problem we have. Can they hold on to a quarterback? And Carson Wentz isn't here anymore and playing well with the Colts. Rasul Douglas got another pick 6 with the Packers. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing these players go to other teams and play well. It's tiring to me. You know what I mean? Like, all I could do is report what I see, and that's it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, it pisses me off in secret. It really does. It really does. Game said, yo, crucifying Hurts, though. Dude can't have one bad game without fans wanting to kick him out of the city. I mean, it depends what fans you're talking about. Not everybody wants him kicked out of the city. I don't want him kicked out of the city. That's other people. I never said, oh, kick him out of here. Get him, have him pack his bags and get out of here. I don't want him kicked out, but if he doesn't win these next 4 games, it's going to be concerning. It's going to be really concerning. So, Cryptogus, Joey Tebow time. Remember, we played bad until the last quarter. That's why we call him Tebow Hurts for you young guys. But I'm giving my fair assessment. His skill set's limited. It's cost him in a game. Chargers being an exception. There's Psycho says, so let me understand this. So if Hurts played the Jets game and sucked and lost, would the excuse been the same? It's just the Jets. That's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. If Hurts played against the Jets and played horrible, they wouldn't say it's just the Jets. We would be crucifying Hurts right now. But because it was Minshew, we're saying it's just the Jets. But if Hurts played, we'd crucify him. With Minshew, we wouldn't crucify him because it's just the Jets. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's all about people playing favorites and the narrative of where they think it's true. That's what it's all about, and it pisses me off. I knew as soon as he won that game, and let me tell you something. I didn't know what Gardner Minshew was going to do. I thought Minshew was going to make a good amount of mistakes. I thought he was going to play well, but I didn't think he was going to play that good. I thought he played really well, above than what I thought he was going to play. And I knew for a fact as soon as he won that game, I was like, Eagle fans are going to go nuts over this. Going to the bye week, it's going to be a long conversation. Oh, Minshew should start, and I knew it was going to be a quarterback controversy. There was no quarterback controversy after the game. The fans are making it a quarterback controversy more than the team is. Okay, the team is not making a quarterback controversy at all because they're making Jalen Hurts quarterback after the bye week versus Washington the rest of the year until I don't know if something does happen and he plays really bad and he needs to take a damn break. I don't know what's going to happen. Could. Something could happen in the time being. I don't know. But Galen says, I understand why Hurts played bad in that game, but it doesn't tell me that he's not the guy. Who knows where his mindset was? It happens. Doesn't mean Gardner's the answer. No, it doesn't mean Gardner's the answer from one game. It's not. It's one game. It doesn't show anything. Gardner winning that one game doesn't mean anything. He played well, but it's one game. And yes, it is the Jets. They're not a good team. I understand that. Okay. But yeah, I liked Gardner. Yeah, Gardner looked good, but it doesn't mean that he's going to play better against better talent. But all I'm seeing is just a quarterback. You know, we're seeing two different quarterbacks. We're seeing a mobile quarterback that can't throw and a non-mobile quarterback that can throw. So we're seeing two different sides. Which side are you on? And which side are you most likely going to have upside on for the future? And it's obviously Jalen Hurts. Can he still do it? You know, can Hurts turn it around? If Hurts plays bad these next 4 games, it's going to be tough for me to want him as a quarterback next year, to think he's going to get better. Okay? If he plays somewhat okay, if he plays okay to great, I'm fine. He could be the starting quarterback next year, and that's it. Next year is the last year I want Jalen Hurts to be quarterback. If he plays well, great. If he doesn't, if we see signs next year he's just not getting it done, he's gone. Or he's a backup. I don't know. Period. That's it. At the end of the day. Heat Seeking Missile says maybe Howie Roseman will force Hurts to gain weight and get stronger like he did for Wentz, and see Hurts can be a pocket passer and a decent runner. And that's going to ruin him, because Hurts has got to learn to be a pocket passer, but he's not a pocket passer. He's not. They did that to Hurts, and they put him in a Nick Foles RPO system. They made him gain weight. They made Wentz gain weight. He gained like 30 pounds, and they forced him. You know, Carson Wentz's big strength is his arm. Number 2 is outside the pocket throws are fantastic, and they totally took that away from him. And I think that ruined him. I think at the end of the day, that totally him up. Like, I think it did, like, up here. I think he followed what the Eagles wanted him to do. And then once that happened, he played like crap. And that was it. By the time that Green Bay game came around, it was just it. The Eagles, I think, messed him up. And I think he followed what he was supposed to do. And then Carson got pissed behind the scenes that, you know, I followed what the coaches wanted me to do. I told them that wasn't a good idea, and they did it to me anyway, and I tried and didn't work. And look at him now. Simple as that. I mean, really, I don't think any other team would have traded for him besides maybe the Bears, maybe at the time. But Frank Reich was probably the only coach that would have taken him as a starting quarterback as of right now. So just because we get a first-round pick from the Colts doesn't mean, like, the pick can't get messed up. Am I going to be happy about it? Sure. I'll be happy about getting 3 first-round picks. But, like, I have no trust in a talent evaluator in Howie Roseman, because he just can't evaluate talent. And that's just the truth. But I think I agree with things that Carson did, but then there's a lot of things I didn't agree with he did. You know what I mean? Like, I'm up and down with Carson. Like, I agree with him on things that he did do, and then I didn't agree with things that he did when he left. You know what I mean? The owner picked his GM over a Super Bowl winning head coach. I think looking back at it sometimes, I think Doug just needed more time. I think they just need to give him more leverage in situations. I think that he needed a little bit more control, which I don't think he did. I don't think they allowed Doug to go get new coaches outside of the organization. Obviously, he didn't. Jalen Reagor's pick wasn't Doug Peterson's pick. John Clark just had if you look, I did a video like last week. John Clark had a big thing on Doug Peterson talking about the Eagles last week. And John Clark asked Doug Peterson, like, oh, why did they draft Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson? And quote unquote, Doug said, and you're asking me? So he obviously had nothing to do with that Jalen Reagor pick at all. So you know what the problem is. You would have had Doug here. You could have had Carson still here. And this team probably could have played better with a better quarterback. And I think the Colts got the better quarterback. I don't like to say that, but it's the truth. I think they won that trade because getting a first-round pick is great, but it's nothing promising. Getting a player that's already playing there that, number one, hasn't been injured. He was injured beginning of the preseason, whatever, offseason. It is what it is at the end of the day. So that's all I really got to say about it. Kind of said they won't give up on Hurts just like they won't give up on Whiteside. It's a Howie pick. That's what I'm saying. Victor says Vic was the last of the good ones. I mean, running QBs that had cannon arms and precision. And that's the truth. Oh, yeah, definitely. You want to see a complete quarterback that could run and that could run, not just run run normally as a quarterback. I'm talking a guy that just had that track star speed in Michael Vick, plus having a consistent pass game to where he had precision and had that accuracy. Michael Vick's not perfect either. He's thrown picks. I mean, he's made mistakes, but made mistakes on the outside world. He's made mistakes in football too. So. Victor says just elevate Hightower, see what he could do. We saw him play with Wentz's worst season. I don't think they're going to do that. If there's somebody who's going to play right now, it's going to be Greg Ward. Greg Ward's probably the guy I want in. I probably want Greg Ward in more than Hightower. I think we rely on Greg Ward a lot more than Hightower. Big D said I'd make Hightower the return man. That's definitely it. Rager's averaging 5 yards on punt returns. That is it. The only reason why he had he let that ball fumble, so he muffed one of those punts on the 40, whatever it was. He picked it up. That drop actually got him more yards past the 50, got it to the other side. That was his best return of the year, probably. That muffed punt was his best return, I think. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Got to remember all this crap. But I don't know, though. Big DC would pass off, riddling ourselves a great deal of organizational cancer, but the chemo withered away our passing game and pass rush. I'm awake. Our use says Howie's taking center Tyler Linderbaum with the first pick. There's no way he's separating Mulata and Dickerson. I mean, that could be another move they do. I mean, they've done it before. I mean, they drafted linemen in the first round. It's happened. They just did it. They did it with Andre Dillard in 2019. They could do it again. I don't know. It depends if Kelsey's retiring. If Kelsey retires, then I don't know what they're going to do. They can move Samal to center. Samal could go to center, but I don't really think he's a center too much. He's played it before, but it doesn't mean he's going to be great at it. So I don't want to separate Mulata and Dickerson at all. I love that combo. Screw putting Dickerson at center. I need two big bodies over 6'6", 6'2", 6'3", 6'6", over, I mean, oh my God, over 320. We have 335 to 360, 365. I mean, it's ridiculous. You don't want you want to keep both of those guys. I mean, Dickerson, this offensive line, I'm telling you, this offensive line is going to be great for years. I mean, it's going to be great for years. It's going to be a really good. You have, I mean, you need maybe another piece or two on the offensive line for some depth purposes. But I'm telling you, Kelsey's not going to be here a long time, so you have to kind of fill in that gap. Michael Cates, what's going on, man? Say Joey, what's up, my dude? Glad to see you streaming at this time. Never get to catch up. What's your opinion on upcoming draft trade for more capital to stay put? I really believe Hurts starts 22. Yeah, he could start 22, and if he does, then I don't know if Hurts. If the Eagles, I don't know. I don't know if they're trading 2 of their first round picks. That's the rumor right now. If they trade 1 of their first round picks, I'm fine. They're not drafting 3 players in the first round, so I expect them to trade 1 of their first rounders back. That's definite. But I don't know. I think they should go after pass rusher, safety, linebacker, corner. I mean, really, they got to draft somebody on defense at every position, pretty much, almost. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting though. Gamble Gaming says if we're out of the game, then we're out of the game. I know y'all not thinking that Minshew can lead a comeback against the Chiefs or Bucks, Cowboys if we're down by 20. Get real. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. If we're down 20, I mean, that's kind of. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can't come back from a 20-point lead. I hardly doubt it. I don't think you're going to throw a quarterback in there and get a where we're losing by 20 points and you're going to get you bench Hurt. I mean, if Hurts is going to get benched, he's going to get benched before that happens. Let's get real on that. If he gets benched, he's getting benched before they're in a 20-point lead. I mean, I doubt it, but no. Not saying that Minshew is going to thrive against another. I always want to see and say to myself, I want to see what Hurts does against a better team now than he did earlier in the season. Because he's obviously learned a lot more than what he's learned beginning of the season. See what Gardner Minshew can do since I've always wanted to see what these two quarterbacks do against better teams. It's something to be mad about. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Stan Westbrook says, I said from the start we should have kept Carson. Probably. It's unfortunate. Basically, Carson's not been all that day. I'm supposed to talk about a guy who's carried by his run game. Talk about a guy who can't beat quality opponents. Well, Carson, there's nothing wrong with a quarterback having a run game. Carson's thrown some really good passes this year. Carson's deep ball has been perfection this year. Okay, I'm not going to lie about it. He's played good this year. Okay, so if he has a run game, so what? Is he supposed to pass 40, 50 times? We need to stop changing our narrative with certain players. Because people are pissed at Carson, now it's he's getting carried by his run game. Well, good. If the run game's working and they're winning games, who gives a crap? You know what I mean? But I've seen too many highlights of him doing way too good for the Colts this past year. He's played very well. I'll say that. You know what I mean? I ain't going to lie and say, oh, he's trash, blah, blah, blah. But Anime Black Life says, why do we all expect Hurts to have a bad game when his track record shows he's going to bounce back? Why do you expect him to fail? It's you can't wait for it to happen. I want it. I don't want it to happen. I hope he works out. I hope he becomes the next franchise quarterback for the Eagles. But, can he bounce back after this Giants game? I would hope so. I mean, he can't look any worse than that. If he looks worse than that, then we have a problem. So if he bounces back versus Washington, all right, then he's got to keep it going. One game is going to make me change my mind about Jalen Hurts. It's just not at the end of the day. It doesn't. One game's not going to do it. I say by week 4 of the season next year, week 3 of the season, if he just doesn't, I say by I'm only going to give it to week 3. Week 4, maybe even week 5. I'll give him maybe 5 weeks next year. If he's a starting quarterback next year, I'll give him 5 weeks. And if he doesn't show me anything in 5 weeks, I don't know. We'll see. Time is money at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, it's not really about giving him time. It is about giving him time. But at the end of the day, if I'm seeing the same crap with my own 2 eyes that reminds me of last year, and I just see the same mistakes over and over again, then I don't know. It's you have to give it another year. Give him. Yeah, he's got another 2 years left on his contract. Yeah, I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand that. Give him next year, and if they want to give him a whole another year after that, they could do that. They're not going to pick up his 5th-year option unless they really have to. I don't know. That's really down the road. So, there's the teams never make QB controversy. It starts with the fan base and the media. Of course. Ross says, are you guys ready for Hurts to miss guys open 20 times a game? Be very inaccurate. Hopefully he does good enough to win. I'm tired of watching this guy ever since last year. His tape sucks. And it's going to, you know what, I don't think you can win games the way they win games with a run game, but I don't think they can win a Super Bowl with that formula. The run game is great, but I don't think they could win a game with an all run game, and I don't think you could do it. I don't think a team could do that. I don't think it could happen. I don't. I think there's going to be teams that are going to have to challenge Jalen Hurts' arm. They're going to challenge Jalen Hurts. There's going to be games where we can't run the ball. Just say it's next year, there's going to be games where you can't run the ball. The next 4 games, there's going to be games where maybe you can't run the ball at all. We're getting swallowed up on the runs. And then what's going to happen is everyone's going to blame the offensive line. It is what it is. Sometimes you just can't run the ball on teams. Sometimes they just shut down the run. So they're going to force it in Jalen Hurts' hands. And if he can't make those plays the whole entire game, So how many games do you give it for him to throw the ball consistently? Because if he can't do it for 4 games, I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't give me much into next year to say, oh yeah, next year's gonna be better. I don't care if you know what I mean. I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it. You know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into it. Versus Hurts haven't really bounced back. They limited the amount of mistakes per game. It's like putting QB in the 2 series. He goes for 40 yards for first touchdown, saying he's a baller. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's like if he only throws for 12 times in this game, did he really do anything? Depending on if 12 of those passes were 2-3 touchdowns, I don't know. If he throws for 3 touchdowns, different story. But if he has 12 passes but they have like over 500 yards rushing, just say like it's a crazy number like that, which it won't be. But if they run the ball really well but only throw 12 times, like can you actually can you actually get to a Super Bowl playing that way? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not saying that we have the best receivers. I'm not saying that Quez Watkins is the number 2. I'm not saying that Devontae Smith is not a good receiver. I'm not saying any of that. The receivers definitely got to get open. But there are times earlier this year where he can only throw to guys that are 15 yards open against a defender, and that's it. I never, even with short window throws, like, tight windows, I don't see it that much. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it here and there. I've seen flashes of it. The contested catch against the Broncos, like that was great. That was, a good ball in the right position. And Devontae Smith, it was really up to him because if he didn't catch that ball, then it is what it is. Minshew did the same pass to Devontae Smith. I think the timing was off on Devontae Smith's jump. So it's on both guys. It's on the receiver at the end of the day if the ball's placed in the right spot. You know what I mean? John says Minshew isn't a franchise player either. Once he plays good teams, he'll get. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's franchise. I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. No, I think he's a backup quarterback. I don't think he's for what's been given to us already from Gardner Minshew from one game. It doesn't say anything, but he did his job as a backup quarterback and he won the game for us. So I can't complain about it. Oliver Ross says it's not like Gardner Minshew was a Mike White that came out of nowhere. Minshew played well on a bad Jags team, and that's it. Big Fact says Minshew is a backup. Why are you talking about him? It's pointless. Because everyone else talks about it. Like, that's it. Everyone else talks about it. It's just that's what it is. Richie says Carson Wentz and the Colts are winning in large part because of Jonathan Taylor, Beast of the Year. I agree. I agree that their run game is spectacular with Jonathan Taylor. I agree, man. I agree. Big D said I would still need a better assessment of Gardner. Eddie Price says, what up, Joey the Goat? What's going on, man? Big D said Jonathan Taylor is a bad man. Sam Westbrook says Howie's got to go. I agree. Will it happen? No. Probably not. Oliver Ross says Minshew started his rookie year, 12 games, was healthy, went 6-6 through 21 touchdowns, 6 picks. Then his second year playing injured. Played mediocre in 8 games and threw 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Richie says Howie's Jeffrey. Jeffrey is Howie. Lurie wants to be the next Jerry Jones. Lurie wants the primetime games that the Cowboys enjoy. But he says now we get no primetime game, which is fine by me. In fact, I'm sick of hearing about Hurts. The offense puts 25 points a game, and the defense can't hold opponents under 25. Yeah, it's true. I mean, 25 points. I mean, to be a good offense, you got to score 30 points. You got to score 30 points a game, like consistently. If you're a good offense, you're scoring 30 points a game. Scoring 25 is above average. Scoring 20 is not enough. 25 is around the line of doing well. But at the same time, like, yeah, our defense isn't good either. No, it's not. I mean, but we need to evaluate. I mean, our defense is playing like crap, so we have to evaluate our offense, regardless if our defense plays like crap. So if our defense puts our offense in a bad position, then, I don't know. Then that's on them. If the defense gives up like 5 touchdowns again, it just depends. You know what I mean? Yo, Carlton, what's going on, man? Damn, it's been 2 hours, 14 minutes already. Damn, it's been a quick stream. Figured it was going to be quick, but not. I didn't think it was it's been 2 hours already. Oliver Ross said, well, Minshew gave him the best chance to win. Glennon gave them the worst chance. That's true. Oliver Ross said, Hurts will never be Vic Murray Jackson because he was horrible mechanics and can't throw people open, which all franchise quarterbacks can do. And some quarterbacks are going to take a longer amount of time. And it looks like Hurts is going to take a very long time. Richie says, on Reddick, 0 sacks for the Falcons. Eagles need to be completely certain he is worth the money in free agent. Well, what do you do the rest of the year? I mean, it's the first game. I don't know. What did Hassan Reddick do against the Falcons? So he had 0 sacks. What does he got for the year? Let me check this out. He's got 10.5 sacks. Right? 10. He got what? 10.5 already? 10.5 sacks this year? Am I looking at the wrong thing? Let me see. Yeah, he had no sacks against the Falcons. He had one. No, he had one. He had one versus Atlanta. What the hell? Yeah, he only had 3 tackles last game. But it says he has 10.5 sacks this year. Could be wrong, though. That's what it says. McFax said, who cares about the picks? Did you put the team in a position to win? Yes, he did. Yeah, he did, but it doesn't. It's on Rager for those 2 passes. I don't know. I mean, throwing 3 picks isn't good, but at the same time, like, yeah, he put the team in a position to win. And Rager didn't catch on those 2 passes, but I wouldn't have been, I would have been happy over that win regardless, but I wouldn't have said that Jalen Hurts did a great job that game because he wouldn't have done a good job. He made 2 passes matter the most, and that's it. That's all he did in that game. If that was the case and it worked out the way we wanted it to work out. Gil Gabe said, I know Hurts is the best, but my point is how many times are we going to jump ship on the QB? Name a QB that come in year 1 until he look, I'm giving him the rest of these 4 games to see what he could do. That's it. I'm giving him 4 games, see what he could do. I'm not saying just only 4 games, but these are division games, and he can't win one of these games or at least look like he's consistent and looks like he could get on rhythm and look great. Like, I don't want to be babying this quarterback either at the same time, because it's like we have to put him in the most perfect system for him to thrive. Like you have to, number one, you have to deal with adversity. You have to deal with the best quarterbacks in the league, deal with injuries to their offense, deal with their team having injuries. I mean, it's just the way that it goes, but you still have to can't look like crap. You know what I mean? It's going to be, if the Eagles lose 4 games straight, it's going to be a problem. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I don't know. It depends how we lose these games. I don't know. And I hope when we don't, I want us to win. I want us to run the table and get to the wild card. But all right, guys, we have 80 people in the chat. Appreciate being here. Guys, haven't subscribed, new to the channel, check out some of the videos. I do cover the Eagles every single day. If you guys haven't subscribed, guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help the channel out a lot. We're probably going to end this right now. It's like over 2.5 hours. But I appreciate everybody coming in and just giving their McFax says, if you got faith, no faith in the defense, and how do you blame Hurts for the loss? I'm not blaming Hurts 100% for all the losses at all. I'm not gonna fight about it, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's like I say one thing and it turns out to be something else. Like early in the season, a lot of it was Nick Sirianni's fault, not helping out his quarterback. I understand like a lot of these losses are on Jalen Hurts because his defense sucks. Okay, I understand that. All I'm seeing is the way he's throwing the ball, the way he's being consistent in the pocket, if that's the case, and just seeing it with my own two eyes. That's really it. I'm not blaming 100% on Hurts. I'm blaming most of the beginning of the season on Nick Sirianni because he didn't run the ball and didn't help his quarterback. Because if you balance out your offense, you can, he RPO'd and we did way too much of that early in the season. RPOing, it's great. It's good when it's used on a rhythm, but when you have no rhythm in the offense, like the defense doesn't have to, on RPOs, the defense really doesn't have to work for anything. You don't run the ball, the defense isn't tired out. Like, you don't tire out your defense. You can't do play action. So Nick didn't do well by Jalen Hurts in the beginning of the season. So I don't know. To me right now, Hurts is not a franchise quarterback right now. And I'm not saying that everyone in the chat saying he is, but all I'm going to say is this. The defense is not perfect, and I know that. And they are going to mess up games for us. All I'm looking at is what Hurts is doing every single drive. That's it. Don't matter what the score is. I'm seeing what Jalen Hurts is doing every single drive. That is it. That is all I am doing. I don't care if we're down 40, we're down 50, we're down 60 points in a game, okay? All I'm looking at is Jalen Hurts on every drive that he is making, and that is it. That is it at the end of the day. Don't care how low. I'm not talking about a loss. I'm not basing Jalen Hurts off of wins or losses. I'm basing Jalen Hurts off of what he's doing in games. That's it. Regardless of how many touchdowns the defense gives up, I'm basing these games off of what Jalen Hurts is doing. That's it. Period. That is it. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to get going. It's been like 2 hours, 20 minutes, actually. I got to get some sleep. It's already like 1:21 in the morning. But, hey, subscribe, guys. If you guys haven't. Like the stream before you leave. Do appreciate it. We're going to have another stream probably in another couple days. I will have a couple videos out tomorrow, and then we'll have we'll do a couple more streams this week. Definitely Friday we'll be streaming. Tomorrow, probably not tomorrow. Probably I'd say by Wednesday we'll do another stream, and then Friday we'll do another stream. So by Wednesday we'll have another stream, but we'll have more videos out by that time. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Appreciate everybody coming in, saying your piece, and guys, at the end of the day, regardless of we fight about this, the end of the day, we want this team to win another chip. I mean, that's really it. So if you care about the Eagles, you disagreeing with me, showing that you care, agreeing with me, showing that you care, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we all want this team to get better every day. That's it. And you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We all want this team to get better. So, all right, guys, you guys have a fantastic night, and I will see you guys later. Shakes what up, follows fly. Peace out, guys. See you later. Peace.